Your court television news starting now.
Good afternoon and good morning, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the year here on the NJ Courts TV news channel. I'm your host, NJ Courts, and welcome to episode number 3. Now, I'm hoping most of you have already started to notice a pretty significant change in just the start of today's broadcast. And hopefully that change is going to be in the audio quality of today's stream. Because today your audio is being brought to you by a new microphone. And I hope it improves because this is a $100 microphone. Now, it's not the best. It's not the worst. I'd say for a channel like me, it's just perfect. But the reason I like this mic is, one, I can use it for this purpose here, which is one of the main things we do here on the NJ Courts TV channel is our online news broadcasts. But as as most of you know that follow this channel, we do a lot of, boots on the ground type of broadcasts where we go straight to the live stream, take it straight to the courtroom. And when we do those, usually we're in the back of the courtroom, judges usually in the front, and we need a pretty decent shotgun mic to pick up the audio of pretty much everybody standing in front of me in the courtroom without trying to pick up too much of the, what do they call it? Background noise, as they say. So the microphone I've used in the past, it got the job done. But when it came to doing these type of podcasts, I know it wasn't the best. So we've upgraded to a Rode. I think I said it right, RODE. Microphone. I think it's the Rode Mic 2, Rode Mic Go 2, which surprisingly, I didn't even know this until I actually purchased it and was reading the box. Not only is it designed in Australia, it is actually, believe it or not, made in Australia. I think this is probably my first piece of electronics that I own that's actually not made in China, and I'm actually very proud of it. So kudos to my Australian friends, and thank you for at least putting out microphones that us Americans can use without having to resort to these made in China things. So with that being said, let's get this party started. Now, I'm still getting kind of used to with the camera in front of me, so there's going to be a lot of times, I think I'm doing okay now that you're going to see me doing this. I'm sorry, but it's just the way it goes. A lot of my things I'm doing, I'm actually reading chat through the laptop here. I'm, doing my business here when I'm switching through videos. So, it's going to take me probably a few more episodes before I get really good at doing it like this. But, I hope you guys can forgive me if I'm talking like this a little bit. So, what are we going to talk about today? Actually, as a matter of fact, how rude of me. Let me say hi to everybody today. Oh, and see, I don't even have to stand like this in front of the mic. I can even stand. Dude, look it. I could stand like here and you should be able to hear me just crisp. And I don't even have to scream anymore. And I still get my sound effects. Sorry, Roofer. I know you're not a fan of them, but I like them, man. All right, let's get this chat set up here. Still kind of getting used to the whole new setup. See, with this camera view, you guys can see a lot more what I'm doing up here at the NJ Court studio. So I guess I can't be doing too many bad things behind the laptop anymore because you guys are watching now. All right, but what I am going to do is start munching on my orange here because this is my, oh shit, I got a bunch of orange shoes on. Never mind. All right, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we got a pretty interesting show. Excuse me. Well, first I'm going to say hi to everybody, but let me give you the quick itinerary. We're going to, as you see in the thumbnail, we're going to be doing court updates on a few court hearings that went on yesterday. We got court updates on EBZ, who finally made it out to his, I think, 5th or 6th rescheduled court hearing. So he physically was in Austin, Texas yesterday to attend his court hearing, which I think was his technically second court hearing. First court hearing was his bond hearing, which if you guys have been following the EBZ case since we started covering it, we were the first channel to bring you the actual hearing, his bond hearing. I don't think it was brought to you guys live as it was going on. I think I filmed it after and then brought it to you guys live after it went on. But either way, it was just minutes after it happened. We brought it to you guys, and you guys were able to watch that bond hearing. Now, in case you didn't get a chance to watch it, don't worry. If we have time when we're covering the EBZ portion, I'm going to play it. I think I've found somebody that actually had a 1-minute clip of it, so we'll just play that. But we're also going to be talking about what got EBZ into trouble in the first place for some of you that may not even know who EBZ is or why he got in trouble. But either way, going back to what I was saying, he was in Austin yesterday. He had his court hearing. It went down, and we're going to talk about what happened. Who else had court yesterday? Oh, Saint. So EBZ had court in the morning. That was in Austin, Texas. And then Saint had court over in the state of Maryland, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So he had his hearing yesterday. That's been concluded and held. And we're going to go over everybody's case information. So you guys will get to see exactly what I'm looking at as far as their case updates. And we'll go over as far as what happened with his case. Action Man. Few things have happened with Action Man. So just recently, he was down in Washington, D.C. for Donald Trump's inauguration, for President Trump, his inauguration, and got himself not in trouble. I wouldn't say it was his fault. Looks like the callers got him in trouble. It appears that he got swatted. So if you didn't see that clip, we're going to be watching that together. But most importantly, having to do with the actual court coverage, or why we're covering Action Man, or why he found himself in court, which is now, I think he's facing a charge of organizing criminal activity, if I'm not mistaken, which I think is a felony charge. But and that stems from an incident from a live stream he did. We won't get too much into it. You guys have been following the channel. You guys know what happened. If not, you're more than welcome to go to the main channel page, type in Action Man under the search bar, and you can see every broadcast we've done having to do with Action Man. But either way, remember when I told you that in the state of Texas, they can still kind of put you through the process, but when you're facing a felony at some point, for them to continue to get to the point where you're found guilty or not guilty and then eventually sentenced, if you're found guilty, you have to eventually, on a felony charge, you have to be indicted by a grand jury. So up until yesterday, Action Man, a.k.a. Aaron Travis, as he goes by his legal name, had not been technically indicted by a grand jury. Well, that changed as of yesterday. As of yesterday, he was indicted by a Texas grand jury for that charge I just told you. And then he had a hearing this morning. So we'll see if they've updated his court information as far as what happened in today's hearing. But if not, I'm going to share with you his case info, and we'll take a look at a little bit of the info having to do with his grand jury indictment that went on yesterday. So we got a few clips to watch. We got some court case updates to go over. And maybe we'll talk about some other miscellaneous stuff if we have time, or you guys know, I mean, in the chat, if you guys have anything you want to talk about, bring it up in the chat. If I still don't see it, spam it a few times. I'm sure I'll see it eventually, all right? But before I forget, let's say hi to everybody in chat. How do you guys like the new mic? If you guys like it, let me know in chat. If you guys think it sucks, tell me it sucks. But starting from the top, we got Mark Miller first in the chat. Good to see you, Mark. Followed by Super Roofer in second place. We got the real mob boss, a.k.a. Sicilian Princess, in third. Good to see all my friends in chat. Good to see the mods in chat. Thank you guys for all your hard work. And good to see all the members of the jury. Thank you for all your continued support, my friends. We've got Lucy Goosey in chat. We need that Saint body cam footage. Lucy Goosey, I am working on that. So if I'm able to get it, you know we're going to be putting that shit down. But I am working on that. I'm working on a few different body cam footage requests as we speak. So I didn't forget that one. I see you. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you in chat. Okay, you told me not to scream. Dawson. Good to see you in chat, my friend. And good to see, like I said, all the mods here today. What up, Roofer? Roofer in the house. We got Jack Mehoff in the house. You got me to say it. I usually just like to say Jack, but hold on. The reason I said that's because I wanted to be able to say this. Got to use a sound effect. All right. What up, Shell97? Good to see you in chat. Hello to you. Good to see all the members in chat. Like to see on my end, everybody that's as a member of the jury, you guys are green in chat. So that's why I know you're a member of the jury. So like to see all the green names there in chat. What up, Juan Casa de Puta? Good to see you in chat, my friend. We got Kelly in chat. Hey, NJ, where have you been? I've been around. Think we've been doing a show a week. Now, I haven't been doing a lot more IRL streams or fun streams as I'd like to. As a matter of fact, I told you guys I was going to try to do a balloon fiesta live stream last weekend. Well, unfortunately, the weather wasn't the best. One night it was too windy, so I doubt they did the little balloon glow that night. But the next morning, they did launch. I'm just not going to give you any bullshit. It was super cold, and I wasn't feeling it. So I figured you guys had already seen the fucking mamas of balloon fiestas, which is the why did I even say mamas? The king mama, whatever you want to call it, the king shit of balloon fiestas, which is the balloon fiesta up in Albuquerque. We've already done 2 IRL coverages of that balloon fiesta, so I figured, why do another balloon fiesta coverage? I'm going to have some more fun stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm planning on doing a border coverage, bringing you guys kind of like a little NJ Courts TV assignment coverage. We're going to be heading down to the border here within the next week. And because of what's going on with all these executive orders that have been signed by President Donald Trump, including one that has pretty much called a national emergency to the border to pretty much include immediate closing of all illegal crossings, I'm going to see what's going down there at the border, get some input from our Border Patrol agents. Supposedly now the military is going to be getting involved, which it already has. The National Guard, I know Texas National Guard, here near the Texas-Mexico border had been activated, and for the most part had been patrolling down near the border. I'm not sure what their exact duty or mission was, but I do know their presence was down there. Now, I do know with this new executive order that the Army Reserve has now been possibly activated, and as well as the National Guard will be. I don't think by law that they can activate the United States Army, but who knows? I'm gonna have to read into that. I know there's a lot of like old laws that have been, so I got to look into all this. But either way, I'm planning on going down there, going live, boots on the ground, and bring you whatever coverage I can. So that should be fun. That should be interesting, and it has to do with the whole news type of coverage thing. But I do plan on doing a lot more fun IRL streams this year. As a matter of fact, if you had joined me on our last couple of streams, we did a poll to see where you guys wanted me go next on our next big core IRL trip. And you guys spoke, and everybody said they wanted to see me do the Trina Golden sentencing coverage, which is going to be at the end of March. So I have submitted my request as a representative of the media to see if I can actually be in the courtroom to film that sentencing hearing. I'm just currently awaiting a response from the judge of that hearing, or that case, excuse me, because they're the ones that ultimately make the final decision to those requests. And depending on which way that goes, I'll either be doing a Donal Gold ahead to Olathe, Kansas, or not. So I'm just waiting for that reply, and then I'll share that with you, and we'll go from there. But let's just say they say yes. The next thing we do is put a Donal Goal for that trip. Say we hit the Donal Goal, then we're heading to that Olathe, Kansas, to provide you court coverage of the Trina Golden sentencing hearing, which should be pretty interesting because, one, it was a very long case, a very serious case, and a case that went to a jury, and where she was found guilty of all charges, all 3 charges, I think it was what she was facing. And now, most importantly, she's heading down to her sentencing hearing, which she is facing a pretty hefty sentence. So I think that's why a lot of people are very curious to see what's going to happen with Trina Golden and that case. So got a lot of stuff planned, so don't think I'm getting a little boring. But because I am having a pretty busy start of the year with my personal life, I usually try to go on twice a week. I know it's been just once a week, but hopefully once February starts up, we pick up a little bit more with some of the other IRL streams and ideas that I wanted to implement. Hopefully I'll be coming on a few more times than just once a week. So I appreciate everybody's patience with that, especially all the members of the jury, because I know you guys do your monthly support. And I try to put out, what I feel is fair for somebody that's, essentially paying monthly for a subscription to this channel. And so I try my best. Hopefully I exceed your expectations, but you're always more than welcome to contact me and let me know how I'm doing. So, all right. That being said, let's finish saying hi to everybody. I know that was a little long-winded, and I apologize. What up, Sunshinery? Good to see you, my friend. Another member of the Mod Squad. All right. I think, nope. There's still a lot of people to say hi to. What up, BBL Roofy? I said BBL because I know how I pronounce that. What up, Nervy? All right, going down the line. What up, Jake the Snake? Or Jake Snake, sorry, there was no the in there. What up, Candy Cane? Free EBZ? Well, I'll give you a spoiler alert. He is free as of now. As a matter of fact, I did the I would say probably the hard part for a lot of you guys by having to suffer through 4 of his live streams I think he's done already since his court case yesterday morning. I was trying to see if he was going to give us a reply as far as what happened in his own view, or from his own mouth, excuse me, is a better way to put it. I was able to clip a few parts from one of the 4 live streams where he actually talked a little bit about the court case. And instead of having you sit there for 3 hours watching EBZ, which, hey, if you like watching the guy, no shame in the game. But for the most of you that probably find him a little boring, just my opinion, I did the boring part for you, sat in there and was able to clip a few parts that I think you might find interesting or that have to do with this current court case. So I'm going to share those clips with you here soon. But yeah, he is currently free. Just a little spoiler alert. All right, going down the line. Deport. There you go. The DEI program was one of them that they've disengaged. What up, John Hare? What up, Mikey's Bag of Meat? And if I missed anybody, I apologize. No offense. Just trying to go down the line here and get to the bottom. Real Mob Boss Sicilian Princess celebrating a 20-month membership. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels for me, please, if you guys got them. Sicilian Princess, I appreciate all your support for these 20 months, my friend. This gavel slam goes out to you. One thing I got to remember is to lift this microphone up. Because currently, you know, we've got a limited budget here on the NJ Courts TV station. We're having to do a little MacGyver of a tripod setup here. So I'm currently using a zip tie, as you can see, to hold my microphone to my tripod. But we're working on a more professional solution, which is going to be on its way from Amazon in a few days. So just bear with me. But for the most part, it works. It holds up. It says if you... Hey, it held up. Never mind. I thought it wasn't going to hold up if I slammed the table. But it's doing its job. Also, this microphone, if you guys didn't notice already in the camera, has a very fancy, they call it a helix mount. It's like an isolation mount that's supposed to keep the shotgun style microphones from pretty much bouncing around too much, which, you know, this table does. We do a lot of bouncing around on this table, if you know, you know. But either way, that should also help from you guys hearing any type of like or too much. There's a specific word for it, technical word I forgot, but I think it's doing pretty good. What do you guys think in chat? All right? No? Thumbs up, thumbs down? I hope they're thumbs up, because like I said, it's a $100 mic, but I did do the justice of reading like 1 day's worth of reviews, and for the most part, everybody gave it pretty good reviews for just like a mid-level mic, so I think it's doing pretty good. What up, the loser? Oh, good to see you in chat. Mikey's Bag of Meat. Ole to Kansas. Olathe. Sorry, dude. I appreciate you giving me the pronunciation or the way to pronounce it. Olathe. There we go. So tempting to say Olathe or Lathe, but it is Olathe. You've got it correct, my friend. All right. Going down the line. What up, Steph L09? Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. Always good to see you in chat. EBZ is okay. I thought I was the only one. Nervy agrees with me. Boring as hell. All right. Oh, I'm doing good, sunshine. What up, Casey Lips? Feedback. Ah, yes, that's the word. Thank you. All right. Let's get this show started. And cheers. I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but I'm not drinking. I just got my little chocolate milk. But cheers to all my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your Thursday. Tomorrow will be TGIF Friday, and then it's the weekend, all right? So for those of you that work, for my 8 to 5ers, hang in there one more day, and then it's party time, all right? So cheers. But let's blow through this court coverage really quick. That way we can watch some clips and get to the fun stuff, right? All right. So let's start with EBZ. Let's just get him out of the way. So EBZ had a court hearing yesterday. It technically was his second court hearing. Now, mind you, if you watch EBZ, you should have got that. Mind you, EBZ had already been scheduled to attend this second hearing already about 5 or 6 times and had been rescheduled every time. Why it had been rescheduled, I have no idea. Keep in mind, he is from or currently lives and resides in the state of California, more specifically Los Angeles. and this hearing that he had to attend was in Austin, Texas. So I can see that there could be some conflicts every once in a while, but being the fact that you usually have about a 1 or 2 month period when they schedule these hearings before, your next hearing, I would imagine that gives somebody enough time to, buy a bus ticket. In his case, because he likes to do things the fancy way, looks like he took the old airplane. And as a matter of fact, I think he even got stuck in Seattle, Washington, which, that got to be a cheap airplane ticket if you're flying from Austin to California and you have a what do they call it, a delay or whatever they call it in Seattle, Washington. I've been there though, so I get it. All right, I'm not talking shit, but for a guy that likes to, talk fancy, I thought that was kind of funny that he had to get him a little Spirit Airlines ticket. I would imagine is where you get those little 14-hour delays in the middle of or a completely other city on the other side of the country that you're flying to. But either way, he finally made it to one of these hearings. So technically it was his second hearing. He flew down to Austin, Texas. He got there in time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share a clip with you here in a second as how his morning started, okay? Had a nice little continental breakfast courtesy of the motel he stayed at. And then he headed off to his court hearing. So let's see what happened the morning of his court hearing. Let me get this video up. Just excuse me for a minute. And I think, according to him, he lost his main channel. He claims it got hacked, so he's using a secondary channel. Just for those of you that follow him and are wondering, what, dude, I didn't see him live. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I'll share the channel for my EBZ fans out there. But let me just get it pulled up here really quick. Gotta go to my history. There's this, that, there's this, there's that. All right. All right, I got it here. So let me get this pulled up here for you. And thank you, everybody, joining me in chat. Looks like we got about 85 people here. So I appreciate everybody's attendance and taking the time out of your beautiful Thursday morning or afternoon if you're on the East Coast. I think it's still more. Yep, it's still 9:30 for my people on the West Coast. But here we go. Let me know if you guys don't have audio, but you should. Oh, wait, I think this is when he's in California. Excuse me. So he's packing up and getting ready to leave. Hold on. I got the wrong video. My bad. Let's get to Austin. So he's currently on the Ebenezer Lembe channel, for those of you that are wondering. And it's at Ebenezer Lembe is the way you find it if you do a YouTube search. But let me get to the right video here. I apologize. Oh, wait. No, it's this one. Shit. What am I doing? I'm sorry. He's got like he's got like 6 of them out, and like 3 of them are just him from the time he wakes up to him getting to the LAX airport, I think. I'm trying to get straight to where this is where he wakes up. I want to go to breakfast. Might have just shot myself in the foot here. Here we go. Oh, damn it. I had it up. Excuse the technical difficulties here today. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Waffle time. Gotta love that free continental breakfast. So he's doing his waffle thing. Gotta flip it. Get ready. I can have a bowl of oatmeal. Eat healthy. I like it.
Oh, gotcha.
Get some hot water for the oatmeal. Told you, it's not the most exciting stuff, all right? So you guys owe me one for going, literally sitting through all of these. All right. Getting ready, sitting down to eat. Doesn't really say much. I don't think he wants to, just to be honest with you. So it was really hard to get him to, say things about his hearing. People were asking him in his chat about it. And like I said, I was able to clip a few times when he did mention something about it. So we're going to listen to those here in a little. But anyways, you catch the drift. So he's in Austin, Texas. He's at his motel getting ready for his hearing. All right. Then he goes to the hearing. So let's go to the court information and see more or less what happened at this hearing. All right. Now, for some of you that forgot exactly what EBZ did without spending too much time, let me remind you what he did that got himself in all this trouble where, mind you, he's already had to spend at least a few $100s, I would imagine, flying from LAX to Austin, okay? Now, don't forget, if he's got to get there again or he's got to get back to Austin at some time, maybe next month or in a few months, and they want him to be in person and not remotely, he's going to have to fly back again, take a bus. Regardless, that's probably another couple more $100 when you have to include, hotel, food, and transportation from the hotel to the courthouse and all that stuff. All right. So let's just say he's found not guilty. They dismissed the case. I still think it's an L for the guy because, like I said, you're out, what, $400 or $500 by the time that happens. So either way, let me give you a quick reminder as far as what got him in all this trouble. I think I had this already ready to go. Yes, I did. Shout out to the Big Nose CX channel. Let me share the link here for you guys in chat. That way, if you guys want to catch this clip on your own, you can. But let's take you back to the CX, or I call it CX, the Ice Poseidon prison stream, which was an event Ice Poseidon had held where he, I guess you could say, hired EBZ to portray a jail guard in what I guess you could call a live reality game experiment, whatever you want to call it, script. And they had another live streamer there by the name of Burger Planet, which some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not. Either way, he's another live streamer that was there as well. That was, I guess, portraying a prison guard, just like EBZ. And at some point, they're in like a break room, kind of just doing their own thing. And then this happens. All right.
Can we put that in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad? The meat?
Put it in the refrigerator?
I said we should put it in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad, right?
You mean in 1 minute? You think it's gonna go bad in 1 minute? Like Chelsea?
Raw meat out.
Man, focus on the movie you're watching, whatever it is you're watching.
Did you?
I'll take care of this. I'll take care of this. You're about to turn this into a nonsense room, man. Focus on what you're doing. Yeah.
I just said you're running with the meat in the refrigerator. You're like having a fight.
You talk too much. It's getting annoying.
So the meat should be left outside.
Okay, listen. Worry about what you're worrying about. Worry about what you're worrying about.
Are you scared to touch the meat or something? Is that what it is?
Are you running?
Yo!
Alright, I'm calling the police. Don't do that. Holy shit, bro. I'm calling the police first off.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I'm calling.
Holy shit, dude.
You're going to jail, dude. I got on
Don't do
video.
that.
You're going to jail.
Yeah. Worry about what you're worrying about.
Okay, I'm going to report you to the police right now. Get ready.
Okay.
All right. So that's basically what got him in trouble. So let me take this off of the screen here. So pretty much, I think it was later that day. Well, the police did come. They got everybody's story, and based on the clip, and this is, again, I'm basing this all off what I read on the incident report, but pretty much based on the clip we just watched, the officer that was there went ahead and arrested EBZ. All right. So EBZ is placed in handcuffs. He's brought to a jail. He's, booked. And now he's got a bond hearing. Okay. So let's jump over that bond hearing just in case some of you forgot. Now, I think this is a clip from it, just a 1-minute clip. But again, if you want to catch the whole bond hearing or the coverage of when we went over that, you're more than welcome to search for it on the NCOURTSTV channel's main page. Now, this clip, and actually, before I forget, let me post that clip link here for the clip we just watched, just in case I forget. But the other, if you want to watch the clip we're about to watch, excuse me, that's going to be a clip from another channel. So I'm going to go ahead and share that clip as link out as well. But if you want to watch the whole coverage from this channel, we were actually the first ones to show that bond hearing, if I'm not mistaken, and did a whole show on it. So you're more than welcome again to search for that and catch that. But before I proceed, I want to say a huge thank you to Sunshinery. Sunshinery turning a 19-month anniversary as a member of the jury. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels for Sunshinery, please. And Sunshinery, I want to say a huge thank you, one, for celebrating 19 months, or 20, not 9, or wait, it was 19 months, excuse me, as a member of the jury. Okay, that's a quadruple OG status. All right. But most importantly, I want to say a huge thank you for being a personal friend of mine, as well as being part of the mod squad and all the hard work you put on this channel, including all the hard work that you do on the e-calendars that everybody appreciates. So, round of applause for my friend Sunshinery, also a member of the mod squad, also a member of the jury, please. All right. So let's jump over that bond hearing really quick. Again, this is not going to be from my channel. This will be from Clip Central IRL. Let me share that link with you here. And here you go. So this is just a clip from the bond hearing. Here we go.
Sir.
Sorry. How do you pronounce your last name?
Different.
Dippenchit? All right, sir. I've got a class.
Hold on. I got to rewind that.
$5,000. Addition of fails that you have. Addition. All right, sir. What's your last name?
I swear I heard him say dip and chip. I don't know if that's how you say it. I think it's N dip and chot, but that is hilarious if he said it like that. Ebenezer dip and chip. All right, here we go. Sorry.
Dippenchit? All right, sir. I've got a Class A misdemeanor offense for assault, possible bodily injury. Bail the case set at $5,000. Addition of.
Here, I didn't have it all the way up as far as volume. Let me start that over. Sorry, that's my fault. Volume's all the way up now.
Ebenezer.
Sir.
Sorry. How do you pronounce your last name? Dippenchit? All right, sir. I've got a Class A misdemeanor offense for assault, possible bodily injury. Bail the case set at $5,000. Addition of fails that you have no contact, stay away from your complaining witness. Okay. Now, are you going to be requesting a court-appointed attorney for this case?
Yes, please.
Sure. At this point in time, the personal bond was not approved. You're not a local, you don't live here, do you?
California.
California? Okay. That appears to be the reason why it was not approved. Out of state residents typically have a harder time getting a personal bond. But I'll take another look at this, okay?
Please.
All right, thank you. Mr. Meza?
All right. So he was eventually released the next day and then headed back to Los Angeles, where he resides in. All right. So let's take a look at his court information and see what's happened since this bond hearing. And just give me a minute to get that pulled up here. Should already have that ready to go. I sure do. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oh, and I'm sorry if I remember I asked you guys in chat, and I'm sure you guys were answering. I just wasn't paying attention, but now I am. How's the audio? Is if I'm when I'm sitting here, is this good? Do I need to get closer, farther away, or down a little bit as far as my volume, up a little bit on my volume, or we A-okay? And no, I'm not part of that Illuminati shit when they say they do that stuff. So audio is good. Thank you, Roofer. All right, let's continue. See, what I like about this mic versus my other mic, and this is a quality thing here, okay, because my other mic, although they're the same style of mic as a shotgun mic, certainly you're going to see a difference of quality when you're paying $20 for a mic. I think actually my other mic was $15 versus $100 mic. And I can tell you already, if I was standing over here you wouldn't hear me worth shit on my $20 mic. But on this mic, it picks it up pretty good. So I like that because I don't have to keep moving my mic around. I can move around, but you guys should still hear the audio pretty good. Pay attention to that chat. Okay, I am now, Dawson. Wait, what Illumini stuff? What up, Sapito? All right, so you guys are hilarious. I love you guys. All right. So, and of course, as I always say, in case you can't see this, it probably means you're in vertical mode on your phone. Just go to horizontal mode by flipping it over, and that should put you in full screen mode. When you're in full screen mode, you should be able to read this pretty easy. But just in case you can't see shit, don't worry. We're going to read it out together. Not all of it, but just the important parts. So let me jump over here and see what's been going on. So from that incident that you guys witnessed, which, you know, for the most part looked like an open hand slap, all right, which is still in the state of Texas considered assault. EBZ is currently facing a misdemeanor charge of assault causing bodily injury. All right. So again, this was, I think his arrest was, no, not I think, it was November 5th of 2023. So this is already going on about 1.5 years now, going on, you know, November of this year will be 2 years if it goes on that far. But yeah, he was originally arrested back in November of 2023 and was charged with one charge of assault causing bodily injury, a misdemeanor. When we go down here to the hearings, you can't, just in case you didn't believe me, you can see he had his bond hearing on the 8th. They canceled the bond hearing on the 9th because he was released. He was supposed to show up, and this, if you actually, which you can, we're not going to access right now because we got other people to cover, but just in case you guys want to check out this case more, you can access everything that I am currently right now on your own. This is all public, you know, accessible. This is through the Travis County's district court website that you do a case search on. All right. If you find yourself doing a case search on EBZ, you'll actually be able to click on a few of the documents that have already been filed having to do with this case. One of those has to do with his PR or bond release information. And in that document, you will actually see where he was supposed to originally be back for this November 9th of 2023 hearing, okay? That was canceled. Then he had a hearing on November the 29th, okay? So they canceled the one on November 9th of 2023, rescheduled it for November 29th of 2023. That one was canceled. Then they went ahead and rescheduled for July 10th of 2024. That one was rescheduled. Then they went ahead and scheduled him for October 28th of last year. That one was canceled. And finally, I know there was one or two more. They just don't show it here, okay? But finally, he was able to attend what they have down as a pretrial conference yesterday, January the 22nd of 2025. It was at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And unfortunately, I don't see another hearing date. So that doesn't mean that he wasn't given one. It could mean that they just haven't updated this yet. Or maybe he doesn't have another date coming up. That's what I thought. But when I went back and, you know, listened for a few hours, well, I fast forwarded. I'm not going to lie. You know, I didn't do a whole 3 hours, but, you know, off and on probably was about 1.5 hours of my time. Went through all of his last lives that he did since this hearing. And I was able to get a few little tidbits of when he mentions kind of his own update as far as what happened. So I'm going to share that with you, and I'll just keep my mouth shut. Let EBZ do the rest of the talking for himself. And then we'll have a little bit of discussion. And then we're going to move on over to Saints court coverage. All right. That one's pretty interesting. And then we're going to finish off with discussing about the swatting incident and watching the swatting incident that happened to Ac7ionman over the inauguration weekend, or I think it was on inauguration day is when the incident happened. And then we're going to speak about his grand jury indictment that went on yesterday. And he is scheduled for hearing this morning. As a matter of fact, he should already be in court. And as a matter of fact, probably already finished his court hearing for today. So maybe they'll have his info updated and I can tell you exactly what happened from his court hearing today. But we're going to look as far as what the information says on what happened on yesterday's grand jury indictment. All right. As well as the clip having to do with the swatting incident. We're going to finish off doing something a little bit off subject with the court coverage Still having to do possibly with the court side of things, because there's a possibility that what you're going to watch may end up as an incident that goes to some type of hearing. We don't know yet. It hasn't, as far as I've been aware of. But and a lot of you have probably seen this clip. But when we get to it, I'll share that with you. But we're going to have a little discussion as far as what happened. And a lot of you probably haven't seen this. So I'm going to give you a forewarning. It's pretty disgusting. You know, obviously it's something I can show you on YouTube, but me personally, I was personally disgusted. All right. But we'll get to that here at the end. All right. So let's continue on, finishing up the EBZ coverage. We're going to jump over to just a few clips that I was able to catch of him talking a little bit about what happened on his court hearing. It's not much, but at least it's from his mouth, right? So let me jump over to that clip and let's get going. All right. It should be this one. Yeah, here it goes. So give you a little bit of backstory. He's already finished the hearing. I think right now he's walking back from the courthouse. He's going to go get some lunch. So he's just walking around, I'd imagine downtown, the downtown area, trying to look for somewhere to sit down and eat. And he's got his live stream going on. So he's got a couple of people in there that are, you know, asking him some questions, chatting. At the part that I'm showing you, I think it was where somebody, I don't think you guys will see the chat because I'm going to have it in full screen mode. But this is a part where somebody's asking about, you know, if anything happened in court. Okay. So here we go. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yep. Let me press play.
What am I doing in Austin? I had to go to court, man. Because I'm an outstanding citizen that I am. I had to show up and answer for my transgressions. You know, today I heard the story of a kid who good kid. He just woke up one day and shot his at least shot his little sister, but his plan was to kill his whole family. And when they asked him why he did it, he said he had no reason. He said, no, everything was going good.
Well, interesting story, EBZ, but we've got some other stuff to talk about. So basically, as you heard him saying, is a live stream. And like I said, he just barely hits on it. You can tell because there was a few other people that asked him what happened. You know, he doesn't want to talk about it. But either way, he just mentions why he was in Texas was he was there for court. And pretty much that was it. You know, he doesn't say really anything much as far as what the result of today's hearing was, which again was just written down as, I think, a preliminary hearing. So I'd imagine they probably just went over, you know, what his charges he was facing. Because remember, his first hearing or the last hearing he had was his bonding hearing. Okay, so they just went over his bond information. He got released, and that's been about it. So this is pretty much his first arraignment. Okay, so they're going to go over what charges he's facing. They're going to want to know if he's got a lawyer, which based on what we're going to be reading here in a second, or what we did just look at, excuse me, what I showed you on his court info, does show that he does have an active public defender. He did request one through an indigency request form. And so he does have representation. So I'd imagine they probably asked him whether he wants to plead guilty or not guilty. So depending on what he said, I'm going to assume they're going to have another hearing. Okay. And he does touch up on that a bit. So I'm going to play just two more clips here and then we're going to move on. But he does mention a little bit about what may hold as far as in the future for EBZ having to do with this court hearing specifically. Let me move over to the next thing I wanted to share with you. I guess at some point in his live stream, somebody asks him, or they're talking about, I think, my coverage of him, which I'm sure he's not a fan of. I didn't even know if he knew who I was, but based on his answer, it sounds like he has watched some of his coverage. I'll let you guys decide on that. I don't know. Maybe he's not even talking about me, but I have a feeling he is. But let's jump over to that part of the stream. That was at the 25-minute mark. Oh, and again, if you're wanting to catch, you know, if you have the 3 hours to spend and you want to watch the whole clip, and again, he's got all his live streams from this trip. Let me get you his channel info, and this is going to be the info for this clip here, the link for this clip, excuse me. There you go. And let's move forward to the next timestamp I wanted to share with you. So that's going to be at 25. All right. So it's going to play a bit. I can't get it right at 25. I'm at, hold on, 24:21. So it's going to play for 40 seconds, and then it should be at the part where I believe he's referring to me, but maybe I got it all wrong. I'll let you guys decide for yourselves.
What's up, Berto?
I think it's coming.
Yeah, man, Texas it is, man. A great day in Texas. Just left court, you know what I mean? I'm done with that right now. You know, I might have to come back for it, but that's fine.
All right, excuse me, I mixed up my clips here. So that was the timestamp where he mentions that he may have to come back for it. So that was kind of important because, you know, he obviously doesn't tell us in definite yes or no, but I'm pretty sure for the fact that this was just his technically second hearing. Technically, it was like his first arraignment. I'm sure he has a third hearing coming up. Now, whether they're going to have him be there, physically present, I don't know. I'm sure he and his attorney probably discussed with the prosecutor's office, you know, the fact that he lives, you know, currently in LA and the inconvenience, especially, you know, that he's considered indigent, you know, or low income to have to, you know, pay for the transportation to get there and back home. I'm sure they'll probably work with him and do like a remote hearing on the next hearing, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. But my opinion is I'm sure we're going to see once they update. I have a feeling they just didn't have a chance to update the website yet. And once they do, I'm sure we'll see a hearing probably scheduled for sometime in March or maybe late February. But who knows at this point? Like I said, only thing we see was his last hearing that was scheduled for yesterday, which obviously was held. And he doesn't say much, but just based on my experience from, you know, doing these coverages, I'm pretty sure more or less it was just them reading the charges and, you know, seeing if he wanted what he wanted to plea, you know, and then going from there. And then most importantly, making sure he has, you know, representation, which I know he did. So he answers that question having to do with whether or not he was going to have to return back or not. I think this is the part where he starts talking about me a little bit. If I can't find it, it's not that important. We'll just get to the last clip I wanted to share with you, and then we're going to move on. So here we go. Give me a second here.
What does that mean? Oh, we see what you do with all your time. Oh, you're talking about him.
Yeah, here it comes.
Not getting no money, social media account. Get no traction. You are what? Largely ignore, no respects. Yeah, I mean, what else? That's his life, man. He's a reporter. he's E. Karen. Bitch nigga, man. E. Karen, man. He's a Karen online, man. Professional Karen online. Where the fuck is this place, man? Hold on a second, man. This is fucking with me. Where are you sending me? Come the fuck on. Really? chronically, you be like this. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's funny. You just realize that they're. I mean, when you see these people standing outside of 7-Eleven, they're not the only retards. Some other retards are at home. They didn't make it outside. How's it going? Thank you. Yeah, paying attention. Thank you. Take nothing from bums, especially not advice.
All right. I don't know if that was a part or not, but I'm going to move on to the last. Oop, there it went. I'm going to move on to the last clip I had for you guys having to do with EBZ. This is the one where he claims he's not going to jail, I believe. So, last one here, and then we're going to move on to St. Tens coverage. All right. I think this one was at timestamp 124. Here we go.
All right. Feels bad. No, I'm not gonna go to jail for it. Nope. Nope. When you talked about creating a new channel, you always said that you always stream by yourself, okay? Like most of your streaming career, you stream without him. Okay, what's your point? And you gain all these followers because of what you created, not Paul. I know. What's your point?
All right, that's enough of EBZ. Guy's so confusing, man. He's even confused me on my timestamps. But either way, you get the point. All right. He doesn't want to talk about it, so it's up to me to have to put out what's going to happen, I guess, going forth. So I will do my best as soon as I get more information for those of you that are following the EBZ court coverage. So as soon as they update that website, I'll let you know what's going on next and when his next court hearing is. But as of this morning, he did attend yesterday's court hearing. I know he made it back to LAX, I think, so he made it home safe. And I guess we're just waiting to find out what's going to happen next, having to do with him and the misdemeanor charge he's facing of assault with bodily injury. All right, so Saint. So Saint had court yesterday, and let's just go ahead and jump over to Saint's court information here. Give me a second. I already have that up. So with Saint, we're also going to read something that I didn't have a chance to as well read to you guys on the last update we did on him, which was a article. It was a news article having to do with him and some of his past criminal history. Reason I'm going to read this to you is because when I was watching that one live stream that I shared with you guys on the last coverage, when he was kind of talking a little bit of smack about me and my coverage about him, he was kind of, I think, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he had put out some misinformation as far as I believe what had happened to why he's not able to legally own a weapon anymore. And I want people to know the exact truth as to why he's not able to legally own a weapon anymore. So that's the reason we're going to read that article at the end of kind of this little quick update as far as what happened yesterday. But that was something I wanted to share with you guys last time and I forgot. So I just brought that up as a way to remind myself. But let's just jump over to Saint's case information here, which is out of the state of Maryland. Saint, aka Santino Smith, as his legal name goes by, had court yesterday. As a matter of fact, this was his second hearing. First hearing being his bond or bail hearing, which was on December the 28th of last year. For some of you that forgot, he was arrested a couple of days before Christmas Day of last year. I believe it was technically on the 22nd. Let me go over the arrest information. Let's see here. Again, this is all public information for all the haters that go, you're doxing on there. Let's see here. Yeah, he was arrested on the 22nd because his bond hearing was the next day on the 23rd. Arrested on the 22nd, he bonded out on the 24th. His bond hearing was on the 23rd. His girlfriend is the one that bonded him out. She's the one that paid the $5,000. She's the one that's on the bond information, not him, as I think he was trying to claim on that one stream that I had shared with you guys where he was just putting out a lot of just misinformation. I don't know if it was just because he was intoxicated or was doing it on purpose, but some other things I want to share with you. Coming down here, and let me just make sure you guys are seeing what I am. Oh, you're not. That's why I always check. Let's go down to the bottom here. He claims that he doesn't have a public defender. Okay, he was trying to make it sound like I got money. I was able to bond myself out $5,000 cash. I don't use public defenders. Not just like that, but kind of like that is how he was putting it out. But either way, you can verify here. He's got a public defender. The public defender's information's here. It says right here, attorneys for defendant. I'm highlighting it right now. Public defender. Okay. Here's the scheduling information, so you guys can verify everything I was just telling you earlier, which I didn't have the info up. Now I do, but just in case you didn't catch what I was telling you about as far as his bond hearing. And then yesterday, January 22nd, was his preliminary hearing. That was at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And basically, he's facing 4 charges from that arrest. So, Nervy, if you're still in the chat, hopefully this answers your question. So he's facing 3 misdemeanors and a felony charge. So the misdemeanors are assault in the 2nd degree, resisting with interfering with the arrest, reckless endangerment, and the 4th charge, which is his felony, is assault in the 1st degree. So not looking too good, especially with that 1st degree assault charge. That's a felony. All right. And especially the fact that he does have a previous criminal history record. Okay. He's had a couple of restraining orders that have been filed against him that obviously aren't active anymore, but at one time they were, okay? And sometimes the judges do take account that stuff, especially if they request a pre-sentence report, if it gets to that point, all right? But as far as what happened yesterday, they haven't updated anything. The only thing they do say is that the hearing was held, but they do have some documents that were filed yesterday. And I think that kind of will tell us more or less what may have happened, okay? So let's go down to the document information, which is up here. So let's go to the most recent documents, which were filed yesterday, January 22nd. And there's one here that says preliminary hearing, probable cause found. Now, when I went and looked up in the state of Maryland, more or less what that means, as far as in a preliminary hearing, if they find probable cause, it pretty much means, well, I guess in the state of Maryland, what they do in a preliminary hearing, let me start from there, is determine whether there's probable cause to continue with the case or not. All right. In this case, they have found probable cause, which you see highlighted down here. So I'm going to assume then is, one, there's going to be a next hearing, and that since they're going to go ahead and proceed with charging him with the 4 charges, they had to ask him what he wanted to plea. So I have a feeling because of the felony, this is going to go up to circuit court now, or a felony circuit court. Maybe it doesn't, but that was just something I was reading on. Again, this is, every state's different on how they handle their cases. Okay. But more or less because of the felony, that's going to be I believe that's where the remainder of his hearings are going to be held at, is going to be in circuit court. All right. But I think once this website gets updated, we'll see a new court date, probably scheduled for sometime next month or March, is going to be my guessing. And I'm sure they're going to probably proceed with a hearing if he's going to go ahead and not take a plea deal if one's offered. Or if there is a plea deal offered and he decides that he doesn't want to take the plea deal and he wants to go to a jury trial, then it'll keep proceeding to that. So as soon as I get an update as far as what happened on yesterday's hearing, as far as, when his next court date is, I will post that for you. But it is pretty safe to say on everything I'm reading now that based on the fact that they did find probable cause, that the next hearing is going to have to either be where they offer him a plea deal or they're going to go ahead and start the scheduling and get the jury trial going, just based on my experience covering these cases. All right. So again, this is all public information. You guys can just, if you guys want to do your own updates, you can find everything having to do with Saints info through just Google search Maryland court case search information. And you're going to have to go through a few little, tabs and stuff, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And you just got to enter a first and last name, and you should be able to, see everything that just populated in front of you right now. Okay. Now, and if you weren't here for our last coverage, our last two coverages, which had to do with Saints case, I don't know if it was the last one we did or the first one. I think it was the last one. Yes, it was the last one. We featured a clip that came from one of his most recent live streams, because I think last time I checked, I don't think he's streamed in a few weeks, or maybe he has, he just took it down. Okay. But as far as what he has available, it's been a couple of weeks at least, is what I remember seeing yesterday morning, I think, when I checked. But either way, I was able to clip a clip that I shared with you guys on my last coverage of Saints case. And if you didn't have a chance, I would recommend you check that out, because we did go over a lot of stuff, and a lot of it having to do with what happened on that clip, and Saint, if you're watching, I think you should be kind of happy that I showed both sides to this story, as I always try to do. Okay. Doesn't mean I still agree with what you're doing. Doesn't mean I agree with, even liking you as a person. All right. That's my own personal opinion, and I'm going to share that with you guys. But either way, I think it was fair enough of a clip to show what really happens in that household between the two individuals. And I think it's safe to say that it's going to continue to happen as long as they both just remain together and are both, alcoholics living together with each other, that both, turn into angry people when they start getting drunk. All right. Anyways, let's get into, you know what? I think this would be a perfect time for a little commercial break, is what I call it. But I want to share a really funny clip that came to me this morning from the Summer Page clip channel. So shout out to you, Summer Page, and I'll share the link right now. But involved a lot of the people that we've covered on this channel, including myself. And I thought it was pretty funny. So to kind of give everybody a little, what is it? The seventh inning stretch is what they call it. I think I got the inning right. Let's watch this clip together. Some of you may have already seen it. Some of you may have not. So for those that have not, you're in for a treat, because it's pretty hilarious. Let me just pull it up here if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Let me just get the link here really quick. Again, shout out to the Summer Page channel. Here's the link for you guys that want to go back and check this out for yourselves. And here you go.
Yo, let's do this.
This is not fact-checked, but several people featured on Soft White Underbelly videos appear to be IP2 streamers.
Perfect timing.
That's how it's really
Spot on. R.I.P.
Rock,
100% spot on.
rock, boy.
That looks like that one guy that does the. Why? Because he's black? He's not there. Hey! Hold on! What? Wait! What? Hold on. Hold on. I need chat's opinion here. Is mine a spot on or not? Did I get spot on or not? Hold on. I didn't even, when I was watching this, I didn't even expect a fucking. What do you guys think? Hold on. Oh, you guys are going to laugh because I got my crazy hair going on. Have you guys seen the do yet? Remember I told you guys I'm growing a mullet out, right? Oh, shit, I'm getting close to the microphone. Hold on. We'll see if I do it all like this. It looks crazy, like that guy from Ancient Aliens. But, dude, it's getting there, man. You guys got to see the back of this bad boy. It's going to look legit, dude. Anyways, but here, let's go. Right there. Hold on. Let me get this off for the full face shot really quick. This small shot does me justice. What the fuck? Where did my cursor go? I think I got too much orange juice on my finger. God damn it. Oops, sorry. I used the Lord's name in vain. Forgive me, for I have sinned. Golly, this is gonna... Dude, what the fuck? Where did my cursor go? All right, this is weird as shit. Okay, there it is. There it is. Oh, yeah, it's all fucked up. I got orange juice or something in here. Damn, this sucks. Oh, shit! Fuck! I just lost you guys. Hold on. Shit! Fuck, what do I do, dude? It's my fucking cursor. Oh, man. All right, there we go. There we go. I think I'm back. All right, here we go. All right, ready? Here we go. Close up. Was that me? Look at the side going. Hold on, let me get this combed up for you guys. This isn't on this is on purpose too for you, those of you in chat. Okay, I purposely have my hair cut like this. This is not just because I'm lazy. I know I look like most of you men out there watching, but I actually purposely cut my hair like this. I just didn't roll out of bed this morning like you guys. All right, how's it looking? Oh man, it's the other side. So anyways, I just started this a month ago. I think by July, by my next birthday, I should have this going like full mullet style in the back. Anyways, serial killer vibes? Well, Netflix, if you're watching. All right, anyways. Is that mic that good? Does it really pick up me chewing? So what you're saying is I should start doing ASMR? Here we go. Now donate $1 because you know you liked it. Just kidding. All right, let's continue on with our coverage before I lose the rest of you guys. That was actually pretty. Citrus peels are actually not bad. Let me just wash that down here. Oh, God, that was actually pretty damn gross. Ugh. All right. Oh, let's finish our summer page video. Sorry, I don't want to do summer pages video like that. Here we go. Let's finish up. And then we're going to jump over to our Action Man coverage. That got pretty interesting. And we're going to be finishing up watching a pretty interesting clip that has to do with Mr. Based and Josh. You guys know about Josh Block, right? You know how they've been kind of collaborating together. Well, it got very interesting. I would say pretty fucking disgusting, in my opinion, what happened on their last stream together. And it obviously has made enough buzz around the YouTube community where I think a lot of people are been exposing the clip and what happened. And if it's not my understanding, I think a couple of people lost their channels on Kick because of what happened. So that'll be last. Just want to give you a little spoiler alert. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the clip. But either way, we're going to watch it together and we're going to talk about it. But as soon as we finish the summer page video, we're going to finish up our court coverage with the Action Man coverage, including watching the clip of just most recently him getting swatted at the Donald Trump inauguration. All right. So here we go. Shout out again, Summer Page. He does look like me. I'll give him that. I did finish saying. Oh, I didn't finish saying. You're right. We gotta read the news story. Thank you for reminding me, Sapito. Oh shit, I almost did that again. Now I sound like Seaman Candy, where I don't even rhyme, and I sound like the fucking bandy with the fucking candy. I don't even know that. I know I'm just fat. And I like to take craps in the morning time. I gotta squeeze them out sometimes, cause I ate too much gummy bears and not enough cream wine. All right, cool. All right, let's finish up our Saint coverage. Thank you, Sapito, for reminding me. I almost pulled another one like I did last coverage. All right, so we're going to wrap up Saints coverage by reading a interesting little news article about him. I mean, literally, you just type in his first and last name, Maryland, and this is what pops up. No joke, all right? But let me get this pulled up here for you, and we'll read this together. Here it is. Make sure you guys can see it. Here you go. Yeah, that was some awesome work. I was fucking laughing when I was watching that earlier today. Good way to wake up this morning, that's for sure. All right. So again, reason I'm just reading this is to you is because if you were there to watch his live stream from the one that I premiered on my last coverage of Saint, you and again, I because I didn't want to show like it. I mean, I think it was like a more than a 3-hour stream. Okay, so obviously we weren't going to sit there for 3 hours and watch it together. But we had seen enough clips for that day that I didn't even have time to play this for you. Okay, I don't even know if I have it still saved to my phone. But either way, there was a portion of his live stream where chat was getting him all riled up about me and claiming that I was making up, just saying some stupid shit, that I was calling him like gay and shit, like in my live stream. Never said that, never called him that, and because he's drunk, they're riling him up. So he's starting to talk little shit. But anyways, I noticed that I caught him on a lot of like, I just call him bullshits, okay? Whether it was misinformation on his part or whether he intentionally was bullshitting. Because of the fact that his public information is available, I'm able to fact check a lot of the stuff. Like one of them, for example, was when he said that he didn't have no public defender because he's all balling it up and he don't deal with whatever, something along that lines. Well, no, clearly shows he's got a public defender. Okay, he said something that he had never had a court hearing yet, and that's how stupid I was. That's bullshit. You can clearly see you had a bond hearing, okay? Yeah, you weren't physically there in the courtroom, and that's because you were in jail. It was remotely, just like they do to anybody that's sitting in jail and has a court hearing or their bond hearing, okay? Just like when we watched the EBZ bond hearing 40 minutes ago. Same thing. It was done all remotely, okay? So don't play silly, all right? You had a first hearing, and now you had your second one yesterday, all right? But there was a portion of his stream where people had mentioned, I think, something about the reason why he can't have weapons anymore. And he had answered it. I forgot what his answer was, but it wasn't the real truth. I'm going to read to you why exactly he can't own weapons anymore, along with some other interesting facts that have to do with his past criminal record, especially for those people that were sitting in his chat, my chat, trying to make this guy sound like he's just some angel going through some DV bullshit. And the DV bullshit, I get it. Okay. I've watched enough of his clips to know that it's on both ends, okay? It's him and this lady Magic's fault too for everything going on. All right, they're really not a good pair. They both drink. They both get really fucked up together. They start violently acting crazy towards each other, and it leads to one or the other calling the police. Or in this last case, I believe it was the neighbors that ended up calling the police, which ended up getting him charged with 4 pretty serious charges. Whether or not Magic wanted to press him or not, it doesn't matter anymore, okay? Especially if they've already said that they found probable cause to continue with the charges and continue with processing them through the court system, okay? But either way, I just want people to understand a little bit or learn a little bit more about who Saint, a.k.a. Santino Smith, really is. And I'm just touching a little bit on some of his criminal history. This guy's got records in a few other states, all right? I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, I don't like to get in other people's past shit. I like to just stick with the stuff that has to do with the current case that we're going over covering. But in a lot of cases, we do have to refer to past criminal history because just like the judge does, just like the DA does, all right, they consider those things whenever they're either sentencing a person or offering a plea deal, all right? So let's read what this article has to say. I think we've got it up on the screen. Yep, we sure do. Again, if you're on your phone and you can't read, make sure you're on full screen mode. So have it like this, not like this. But either way, I'll read it together for you. We'll read it together. Excuse me. Let me close this article or add up. Remember that one day I kept having all those ads for bras pop up? God, I knew that I was going to get it in chat, and you guys gave it to me. I guess better bras than anything else that could pop up, but Jesus Christ. I promise they weren't mine. All right. So it says Haggardston man. Okay, excuse me. Let me take a sip of my water. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me in chat. You guys are probably like, muted. Doesn't read chat. Oh, shit. Now I know why you guys said I didn't read chat earlier, and I apologize. I sincerely apologize. Cat Crazy, thank you so much. Cat Crazy gifted 5 memberships to the NJ Courts members of the jury, and I damn well am going to scream, so I don't care if you say it's too loud. Take those earbuds out or adjust your volume accordingly, because it's about to get louder. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels for me if you got them. Cat Crazy, thank you once again for gifting those 5 memberships. This gavel slam goes out to you, my friend. All right. I think that's what you guys were trying to get me to read, right? Is that why you guys were giving me shit? So I was like, I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of giving out memberships, before I get started on this, I forgot. I got 5 more memberships I can give out this month. And if I don't give them out, they're just going to go to waste. So give me 1 second. Let me get those 5 memberships ready to go. Membership bomb incoming. I think I got to have my own stream up. Hold on. Sorry. It's like crazy how like many different ways you can have YouTube up on your computer. Through the app, through like the browser, through the studio, YouTube Studio. All right, so I got to go to my channel, go to the current, shut off my stream so I can hear myself, and then here we go. Membership bomb incoming. Boom! Welcome to all the new members. Jenny O, Joe Miller, M4 Woman. Are you serious, Madame Star? And welcome to all the new members that came in earlier on Cat Crazy's gifted membership. All right. All right. So let's continue again. Sorry. Just wanted to get my shout outs out the way so I didn't forget. And I apologize for not getting that shout out earlier. Cat Crazy. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anybody else. Oops. Show chat. Oh, I got to get to my other chat. All right. So let's get out of here. Let me turn that back on. Go back here. All right. Cool. Now I'm back on the right screen. All right. So let's read this together. What up, Joe Miller? All right. What up, Toby? And welcome everybody coming in the chat. So here we go. And actually, I think I can get it on full. I think that's as big as I can get it on the screen, and I apologize. Let me see if I can get it a little bigger. That, oh shit! I think I just fucked it up. No, I didn't. Yeah, I think it worked. All right. Anyways, here we go. I'm going to read it. Hagerstown man gets time served sentence on weapon charges. This was published January 30th of 2019. Okay. A Hagerstown man charged last year with illegally possessing firearms, including one Alter to fire fully automatic, received a time served sentence Tuesday. Washington County Circuit Judge Dana Mullen Wright sentenced Santino Edward Smith, aka Saint, 38 years old at the time, to a 5-year suspended sentence on one count of illegal possession of a regulated firearm. All of the time was suspended except what he has served since October 6th. Wright added another 5-year suspended sentence and 5 years of probation with a number of conditions. The conditions include drug testing at least 5 times a month, substance abuse and mental health evaluations and treatment, no use of fentanyl or opiates for pain management, and no possession of any weapons. Smith pleaded guilty to the charges in November. His attorney, Amit Hism, on Tuesday told Wright that Smith's actions were due to being prescribed fentanyl for pain management over a period of years. Smith was arrested July 3rd on the weapons charges and released on his own recognizance. He was arrested again in October following a standoff with police at his home. FBI agents went to Smith's North Locust Street apartments in July after the U.S. Treasury Department noted several red flag online purchases of weapons and ammunition. Smith purchased items from multiple weapons dealers and wanted them shipped to different addresses, the document said. Smith made 8 transactions May 1st and 2nd and had 3 other addresses beside Hagerstown, 2 near Pittsburgh and another in West Virginia. Smith, here we go. This is the part that I wanted you guys to, if you're going to take anything in from I'm reading here, this is the paragraph here that was important. Smith cannot possess firearms due to a 2013 domestic battery conviction in West Virginia. The leads provided to the FBI also noted the Happy ISIS Day, in quotations, post on his Facebook. But his attorney, on Tuesday said that was a reference to the Egyptian goddess Isis, not the terrorist group. When FBI agents went to Smith's apartment, he opened the door partially and they heard a loud thump. He had dropped a handgun behind the door. Hagerstown Town Police were called for assistance and found an AR-15 rifle and a 30-round magazine on a bed. Smith told police the rifle was modified to fully automatic operation. Also found were parts of firing mechanisms for AR-style rifles and a drill press that could be used to alter them, the document said. In a cereal box, police found a gallon-sized plastic bag of psychedelic mushrooms. Later in July, a warrant was issued for Smith, alleging he had violated terms of his pretrial supervision. When police tried to serve the warrant October 6th, he refused to come out of his residence for more than an hour. End of this news story. I'm going to copy and paste and share with you guys the article link here in case you guys want to read this for your own self. But hopefully that gives a little bit more history into exactly why, he cannot possess a firearm. Okay, again, if you didn't catch it, has to do with the domestic violence charge, a DV charge that he was found guilty of in West Virginia. Okay, and because of that, by federal law, he cannot possess a firearm. And also wanted people to kind of get an idea of what his past criminal record is, because you bet you that's going to be taken into consideration if this does go into a sentencing hearing. And like I said, it's also stuff that the DA considers if they're going to offer him a plea deal, if it goes to that. Okay, and again, we still don't know what happened on yesterday's hearing, but as soon as I get an update, I'll either post that as a community post, or if I'm already going to be or planning on doing a live stream with some other news, we'll just add it in on the additional updates that I have lined up for you. Okay, so that completes now officially my coverage on Saint, aka Saint 10. I think that's how you find him on YouTube in case you want to look for him. It's at Saint 10. All right. So we're going to start our quick coverage. And like I said, not got too much to share unless they've updated the website. But as far as Ac7ionman, we're going to watch a clip having to do with his most recent swatting incident that happened over the presidential inauguration on Monday. And then we're going to read a little bit about the grand jury indictment that was handed down to him yesterday. All right. So although he had been charged with the charge of, I believe it's exactly, I always get it goofed up. So let me tell you exactly what it is. It's engaging in organized criminal activity, which is a felony, 5th-degree felony to be more specific. Whenever you're facing felonies in the state of Texas, you have to at some point be in for it to be, go to whether you're going to be found, to continue to be heard in the, court system, or eventually if it's going to go to a sentencing hearing, or for you to go to a jury trial or take a plea deal with either of those options. They have to indict you by a grand jury at some point. So up to yesterday's date, although he had already had, I know for sure one court hearing, he had already had 2 court hearings. He had not technically been indicted. Okay. So he has officially been indicted. I'm going to read you some of that information now. We're on the court where you guys should be able to see his court information. Yep. All right, cool. We can start from the top too, just in case you're curious as to what else it says on here. But pretty much this is going to be the court information or case summary for the current case that we're going over having to do with Action Man, aka Aaron Travis. This is going to be an offense of having to do with engaging in organized criminal activity, a level 5 felony that he's facing. The offense date is dated as September 27th of 2024. If you're curious as far as what the incident was about or any of our other past coverage having to do with Action Man, I highly encourage you to go ahead and same thing like I think I'd said with EBZ. When you go on to the main page for NJ Courts, and I know you can only do this on computers or desktops and laptops, you're able to go on a search bar and do a search for whatever you'd like to search for, and it'll do the search on the NJ Courts TV channel. Okay, every video I have up there. So if you do one for Action Man, that's all you got to type in. It'll literally pull up every bit of coverage we've done on Action Man. All right. But just to give you a quick story or context to what got him in this prediction, was pretty much the stream that had to do with him doing an episode of his version of like the pedo catchers, you know, that you see on YouTube. Except his got to the point where somebody was physically attacked. He was with a group of other live streamers, and he at this point has been found as, you know, part of this incident, and is obviously why he's facing this charge. Now, there are other co-conspirators, alleged co-conspirators that are part of this whole incident, but obviously those people are being tried separately. My coverage just focuses on Action Man, okay? So, down here at the bottom, you can see right here, I'm highlighting it. This is yesterday's date, January 22nd, 2025. Notice of indictment on bond. And then right above it, the note reads, indictment, 147th grand jury, bond amount $7,500. So he had already been released on bond, and that bond amount's already been taken care of. They're just pretty much just, I guess it's just renoted on there because he's been officially indicted. But there you go. I'll highlight it for you. Grand jury. As a matter of fact, it was the 147th grand jury that indicted him. So he's been officially indicted. They can go ahead and proceed with the court case as it's been going. He had a hearing that was scheduled for 9 a.m. Central Standard Time today. Obviously, it's 12:34 now, so I'm sure it's already been concluded. They just haven't updated the website, just like in the case of EBZ. So I'm thinking it's probably a 24, 48-hour wait time for them to update it. But as soon as they do, I'll let you know what the conclusion of today's hearing, okay? But as the saying goes, shit is starting to get serious now. Just recently, as a matter of fact, on his hearing that he had on the 16th, they went ahead and modified some of his bond conditions. And you can tell that this had to do with his most recent trip to Washington, D.C., because they had, as far as modifying the bond conditions, listed as remove condition of no contact with co-defendant Nate Johnson. So I guess they're now allowing him to have condition or contact with that person, and allow work-related travel to the following locations: Melbourne, Los Angeles, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Fairbanks, Miami. Prior to travel, must notify the pretrial officer and must notify pretrial officer within 48 hours of return. Do not discuss criminal case on social media. So I doubt you're going to hear him talking about this case because it is one of his bond conditions. All right. So what happened to him just recently at the presidential inauguration? Well, I'll let Action Man show you because he caught it on his own live stream. And as a matter of fact, I believe that's where the clip's coming from, is actually the Action Man's YouTube channel. Let me just get that pulled up here for you. Some of you have probably already seen it, but for some of you that haven't, I've got that for you. Now, we're not going to watch the whole stream. It's a 10-minute clip. Yeah, it is from Action Man's channel. So let me share with you that link. So if you guys want to watch the whole clip, you can. We're just going to watch the first couple of minutes where you actually see the incident happen. Now, he was arrested, but I have not seen, and it's not been brought to my attention, that any charges were filed against him. I don't see why any should or would have as far as what happened at this incident. So just a little spoiler alert. But it certainly was brought up to my attention because obviously he was arrested, which if it had been his fault, he would have been in some serious trouble, obviously, because although he had permission to travel, obviously, because it was in his bond conditions, he's to stay out of getting in trouble as part of his bond conditions. So, like I said, I wouldn't say this was of any of his fault other than just being a streamer. And unfortunately, there's a lot of shitty people that are starting to do this swatting shit again. It seemed like it had stopped for a bit, but, you know, again, you know, now you see this incident. So either way, for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm going to share with you the clip of that incident. Again, this is off of Action Man's own main channel. Let me share with you guys that link, and then I can now check what you guys are saying out in the chat. So if you guys have any comments or questions, I'm actually staring at chat now, okay? For Mr. Brian Stowe, who thinks I'm cross-eyed and can read what I'm have on here and talk to you guys at the same time. But maybe if I smoke enough weed, I might get there. Start pulling a controller. Just kidding. All right. Here we go. Got the clip up. You guys can see it. I'll get it on full screen mode. I just heard my phone go off. Do I have this on full screen mode? Maybe I got it. Oh, no, I don't. There we go.
Like, what did you just say?
Let me pause it. Make sure you guys can see. Excellent. Here we go. Play.
I shouldn't have done that. I should have said that guy. That guy was super pissed. He was like, what did you just say to me? Yeah, they really are. I thought they were looking for me. I was like, what? I'm dead ass. What?
Put your hand down.
For what? Oh, they got called. I'm a streamer, dude.
That's fine.
Okay. Dude. It's a troll call, dude.
You got a gun on you?
No, man, it's a troll call, dude. I'm just streaming for the 5,000 people. I'm like, there's 5,000 people.
So I'm just going to pause it really quick. But did you hear what that officer said? Do you have a gun on you? Now, generally, that's always something they're going to ask somebody when they're placing them under arrest or detention. Okay. Or under custody, excuse me. I said arrest. Okay, excuse me. Same thing. But either way, just as quick as he said it and direct as he said it, I can almost guarantee you that as part of that stupid fucking SWAT call, there was something mentioned by the caller to the operator that he had a weapon, right? So what's that going to do at that point? For some of you that aren't familiar with a lot of the procedures of law enforcement, and again, they're all different depending on department, but they're generally going to be the same for the most part, you know. All right, is when you're going to a call like a felony stop, anything that has to do with, like, you know, a gun, a weapon, you know, call related with somebody having possession of a weapon or weapon involved, you go in there hot, okay? And most of the time they're going to go in there with weapons drawn, okay? Which puts a mindset into those people's head, okay? And it's not a good one, especially if you're just some innocent individual that has no weapon and that's minding your business. Because guess what? You don't know what's coming, right? Action Man doesn't know he's about to get arrested. So what happens as he's getting arrested? He goes to reach to grab his cell phone that's black, right? And may appear to that guy, that officer that's got in his head, this guy may have a weapon. You follow me where I'm going with this? So to these viewers that think this is funny or, you know, think this is a joke, it's not. One, you're putting people's lives at danger, okay? You see that crowd of people there? Could you imagine if there was shots fired in a crowd like that? What would happen? All right, especially for a call that was total bullshit. Second, okay, you're wasting valuable resources, especially at an event like this. This is the presidential inauguration. You think these officers want to be wasting their time dealing with bullshit like this? You know, when they've got somebody that I'm sure had a lot of threats that were sent in or whatever on that day, okay, that they have to deal with already, okay? So it's a waste of people's time, resources, and it's a safety issue, all right? Not to mention a whole other stupid amount of shit that it resorts to. But the thing that's fucked up is, unfortunately, because, you know, these people usually, obviously, you know, hide themselves as far as they're calling, you know, they're anonymous, they're using a fake number, a Google number, or whatever it is. They use these IP blockers, whatever, you know, these police don't go after them, maybe because they can't find them. Maybe they just don't have the resources or time to go after people that, you know, could be in another state or another country. But either way, I hope they do. I hope this shit starts getting looked at, and I hope they do start going after these people because they do got the resources. If they put enough resources and time into it, they can certainly track down who the fuck called, okay? As a matter of fact, I think a lot of these stupid idiots have kind of calmed down a bit, and I'm not taking any credit for it, not at all. But I do know a lot of streamers were made aware because of this channel of how to put in a FOIA request to request things like body cam footage, call logs, the actual physical call that went through, okay? Because maybe this person, has already been on a voice chat and people can recognize their voice, and that's why they may be a little bit more afraid to do that, what they want to do. But either way, it still happens, and it's bullshit, and it's already gotten people hurt, okay? It already has. It's not, oh, and somebody's going to get hurt. No, people have been hurt because of this. I think this has led to somebody getting killed, if it's not my misunderstanding. I think there was somebody that had called the same thing, this person's got a weapon or doing something bad, and the police went in hot. But guess what? The guy didn't even live in that fucking house. One, it was wrong to call in a fake call, but they called it to the wrong house. So the house that this individual thought was where the streamer was at that was getting swatted actually ended up being just some poor innocent random person's house, okay? These cops busted into and ended up killing the guy. So imagine an innocent motherfucker getting killed because some piece of shit thought it was a joke to call and say this individual's got a gun or doing something that, is going to, have the cops coming in hot to your house, all right? So that was just my 2 cents. Let me finish the rest of the clip. But do I like this individual and some of the shit they do? Not at all. Personal opinion, all right? But I do not agree. It doesn't mean that I gotta, agree with shit like this happening. Not at all. I think this is very fucked up, and I totally am against this type of bullshit. All right, let's finish here.
It's a fake call, dude.
What is he being detained for? We gotta call up something.
It's a fake call, sir. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Are you talking about me?
Sir, I'm just live streaming.
Dude, this is ridiculous.
Won't we? Sorry this is happening, sir. I know you guys are just doing your
owner account. It's not about understanding that the police are dumb enough not to know that it's fake. For the most part, those operators, they know when a lot of those calls are stupid or fake. Trust me, they can hear the insult in your voices, okay? It's just policy that they have to send out police to every call they get because there's something called liability. Because there could always be that one call that person thought was not real. And guess what? It ends up being real. So in order to avoid anything like that ever happening, they made it easy on everybody. They just said, no matter what, we don't care if you think it's the dumbest call ever. You still take the call just like you do any other call, and you act accordingly just as you do any other call. It's common sense, man.
job. No,
I don't have to ask anybody anymore if I have to refer to them as a he or she, they or them. Just common sense, man or lady. No more asking your pronouns.
I understand. Sorry that you guys are. No, for sure. Yeah. There's like 5,000 people watching right now.
I got you, but do you have a gun on you at all?
No, sir. What?
Okay.
What?
What's the rule about? Okay, units in the field, be advised, the officers have this person detained at this time. The officers have the person detained.
So I'm live in front of 5,000 people. It's a fake call. Okay.
All right. So that concludes that.
Tough.
You guys get the idea of it. Again, if you want to watch the rest of that clip, I think I shared the link, but just in case I forgot, let me share that one more time with you. This is off of the Ac7ionman's main channel. And that right there that you're seeing here in 1 second is the link to that clip that I just showed. All right. So again, Action Man had court today. As a matter of fact, this morning, he was indicted by the grand jury yesterday. That is when that indictment came down. As of what happened from his hearing this morning, we still are awaiting as far as an update on the website. Technically, I don't think you're going to hear anything from him because, as we just read a little bit earlier, it is against his bond conditions to disclose anything having to do with this current case through his social media accounts. As you saw, though, he did have permission to be in Washington, so he's not going to get in trouble because obviously that clip went viral, and obviously you can tell that it looks like from that detainment that he wasn't officially booked, so he didn't do anything wrong. All right, so we're not going to see any charges from that. I don't think it's going to have anything to do or is going to complicate his current case that he's facing down in Austin, Texas. Again, just in case you forgot where that incident happened or where he's going through court, it's in Austin. Same, actually, I think it's actually, he had court in the same courthouse that the EBZ had to go to court to yesterday. It's like the Thurman Blackwell Justice Center, I think is the name of it, the courthouse that he had to go to. But again, it does get serious now for him because he is facing a felony charge and he's been indicted. Now, for some of you that don't know what a grand jury indictment means, in short, it means that there was another group, kind of like a jury, another group of his peers, okay, from the public, members of the public, that sat down and based on the evidence that was presented to him by the prosecutor, they came out and decided to find enough that there was enough to find burden. I think there's a certain term for like enough to find burden of proof or something like that. Basically, they just have to have enough evidence for them to say, yes, we feel that he should be charged with this charge and that the case should continue. It's serious when a grand jury indicts you, man. Okay. It's pretty serious because it says a lot. Okay. Especially when you start thinking that you want to go to a jury trial or not, because think about it. If a group of peers, based on just little bit of evidence, because that's all they need, was able to determine that they thought you should be charged, what do you think is going to happen with another group of people? Now, here's the thing, though. In a grand jury trial, it's a closed trial, so there's no members of the public allowed, and you don't have, I think you can, as the defendant, so in this case, Action Man, he can elect to sit in that trial, but generally the defendants don't because you're not allowed to have your defense lawyer, your lawyer present there to speak on your behalf. So pretty much you can kind of, most defense lawyers say, keep your mouth shut. You do have every right to be there, and speak on your behalf, but generally they're going to say don't. And that's why you generally don't see the defendant sitting there during that. It's usually just the prosecutor presenting evidence to, like I said, a group of jury members or grand jury members, and then they make their decision based on that. Defense is not allowed to present any information. And like I said, generally, you're not going to see the defendant in there saying anything, but they do have the right to. Just a little background about what goes down in a grand jury trial. And I would also encourage you to read about, literally Google up grand jury indictment Texas and read more about what that entitles, because like I said, it's a little bit more serious when you get indicted by a grand jury. And in this case, in the state of Texas, it was mandated in order for them to continue processing as a felon with the felony charge that he's facing. So, all right, my friends, that concludes as far as our court coverage that I had for you. So if you're just joining us now or on the later part of this show, at the beginning, we did court coverage on the EBZ court case that he had yesterday in Austin, Texas. He finally made it. We went over the Saint court hearing that he had yesterday as well in the afternoon. Still need to give you some updates as far as their hearings yesterday, but as far as EBZ, based on what he said, I think we kind of got more of an idea that, he's probably is going to have a next hearing coming up. We're just waiting to see when that next date is. On Saint's end, it sounded like on the paperwork that we read that was filed yesterday or on the date of his hearing, that they did find probable cause on the 4 charges that he's facing, which means they're going to continue, charging him with the charges and continue on with processing him through the system. So I imagine he's going to have another hearing coming up, and I would imagine that's going to be whether he, pleads guilty, not guilty, or if they are, doesn't mean they have to. If the prosecutor's office is going to offer a plea deal, most likely that's going to be the hearing. They're going to do that. And then it's going to be Saint's option to either take the plea deal or go to a jury trial. And then if he goes to a jury trial, then it's the process of setting up that jury trial, which takes a few hearings. They usually have I forgot what it's called, but there's a hearing before the actual jury trial to make sure that, there's not another, that one, you don't want to take the plea deal again or something's changed. And pretty much it's the confirmation that, we're ready to go. And then they select the jury members and then the jury trial starts. So that concludes as far as we did coverage on those two earlier. And then we just wrapped up talking a little bit about what's going on with Ac7ionman, who had a hearing today, but was officially indicted by a grand jury in the state of Texas yesterday. So it's official now, as you can say. So, and again, he's facing one felony charge of engaging in organized criminal activity. All right. Saint was facing 4 charges, 2 of them having to do, 1 with resisting arrest, 2 with, what did we say? Let me just get him up here again so I'm not guessing. Here it is. So I'm sharing that. So let me just make sure you guys, so that way you guys can see what I'm looking at. Here it is. So Saint's 4 charges, just again, for those that may have just came in or on the later time of the show or when we weren't covering him. He's facing a misdemeanor charge of assault in the 2nd degree, a misdemeanor charge in resisting/interfering with arrest, a misdemeanor charge of reckless endangerment, and a felony charge of assault in the 1st degree. So total of 4 charges. And we're just waiting, like I said, like on EBZ too, for when his next hearing is going to be. And I'll update most likely if I get hearing dates on EBZ and Saints cases. I'll just update you. Same thing with Ac7ionman's. I'll just update that as a post on my community tab. If it's a lot of information, especially if I have updates on all 3, I'll probably just do another like live breaking news update and tell you exactly when the next court dates are and what other information I may have learned of on all 3 of those individuals. So just keep your notifications on. Is the best bit of advice I can give you guys. That way you know if I post what I post out, because it'll notify you on community posts, any videos I post, and of course when we got any live stream broadcasts that are about to go on. All right, so we're going to end today's show watching a clip first, and then we're going to talk about it a bit. Easiest way is just to start with watching the clip, and then we'll talk about it. Now, as of right now, I have not heard of anything legally happening yet, or if anything, and I haven't heard that anything was going to happen. I've just heard, I've seen some comments that are trying to claim that something may happen, but of course, those are comments, okay? There's no way that I'm going to put any, factual truth in anything I read off of YouTube comments, okay? But, of course, I will stay on top of that. So we're going to go right to the clip, and then we'll finish off with just kind of checking in with what you guys have to say, and I'll probably share a little bit of my own opinion. But before I get ahead of myself and I forget, I just want to remind everybody, we do have a few cases that are going to be coming up, pretty much wrapping up the end of January as far as court case updates. I know we've got, let me just jump over to the website. Old Girl, Ski Mask Andy's little girlfriend, she's got a hearing coming up, I believe, January 29th. Let me just verify that with you. And then I know that, who was it else? There's somebody else that's got a hearing coming up here very soon, by the end of this month, that I may just have forgotten, but I'll remind myself here in a second. Let me just get Old Girl's date. Where'd I have her? I might have to just go back to the website. There it is. Okay, so she's got her next hearing on January 29th at 1:30 p.m. I think most likely, I would imagine they're going to be releasing her out of jail, assuming that that's what happens during this hearing. And I would imagine they're going to get her directly into a recovery type of housing community. And I'm not sure as far as, how long she'll have to stay there, what her conditions are, yada, yada, yada. But I'm pretty sure after this next hearing on the 29th, we'll learn a lot more as far as what her final sentence is. But it looks like they're trying to get her into a rehab center that's called the Oxford Housing, which is something similar to something like that. We had read about it a bit on our last coverage. So she's got a hearing on the 29th. Who else got a hearing? It's coming up in my head. Man, I might have just forgot. I think I just had a brain fart. Hold on. But either way, if I remember, I'll let you guys know. But without further ado, let's just get straight to that clip. It's a long clip. I'm not going to play the whole clip. Maybe I will. But yeah, actually, you know what? There's a lot that happens through the clip. So we're just going to play it. I mean, it's not super long, but generally I wouldn't play a clip that long. But because there's just so much stuff that happens and it happens throughout the whole clip, we're gonna do it. And then we'll talk about it a bit. And that's pretty much wraps up the end of my show. So shout out to anybody just coming in, or shout out to all my replay crew, replay gang. Appreciate everybody that takes the time when they can to catch the replay. And again, I appreciate everybody that took the time out of their Thursday today to catch the episode number 3, our 3rd live stream or broadcast of the year. All right, with a lot more cool and fun stuff to come, as well as, you know, some really interesting court coverage updates, as well as, hopefully, depending on the answer, reply from the judge in Olathe, Kansas, having to do with Trina Golden's sentencing hearing. Hopefully we'll be traveling to Kansas at the end of March to bring you that live right from the courthouse. So got a busy year lined up. That's just for the first 6 months. I try not to get ahead of myself too much. Frankly, I can't, you know, we don't know. We can't tell the future. I don't know who's going to get in trouble or not. And like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm hoping that there'll be a day when I don't have any other content to do on this channel, and I can just end the channel on that note. You know, nobody else getting in trouble on the YouTube world. But unfortunately, I don't think that's anytime soon. I'm hoping, but as long as there's people getting arrested and you guys are interested, I'll be here to get that info for you. All right. Oh, and I'm also planning on doing an investigative docuseries, or not docuseries, well, maybe a series, but at least one docu video, and then we'll start from there. I was talking about bringing you guys an investigative report from the border here this week, now that we've got that executive order that was signed into place having to do with the national emergency at the border, to bring you some different news having to do with that, especially for people that don't live near the border and maybe their local news station doesn't cover that type of stuff. Although I know a lot of the major news stations have, like ABC, NBC, but they don't really have people sometimes or boots on the ground. A lot of times they're just going based off of another report. You know what I mean? So I want to give you guys my side of the story and what I'm able to bring to you guys, which I think is going to be obviously a lot more raw than what the ABC can certainly bring you. So I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. But either way, let's get going. I'll be hanging out with you guys in chat as we're watching this clip. So if I didn't catch a question you may have had, or you want to tell me to fuck off and I didn't see it, now's your chance. All right. All right. So let me just get this channel link shared with you guys, so that way you guys can catch this in case you want to watch it again. Shout out Papa Greeny. We've shared many clips from Papa Greeny. Awesome clipper, not probably, but I would say it's tough. Between Papa Greeny and Trip Kick, those are my top 2 clippers right now. So shout out to Papa Greeny for all the hard work they've been putting out on the Papa Greeny channel. I know that he's got, I don't know, he or she's got 2 channels. This one's going to be off of the Papa Greeny channel, which I think is their main channel. But anyways, this is the link to that clip that we're about to watch together. And here we go. Also, just so you guys know, in case you ever forget any of the links or need to refer back to them, and for some reason the chat hasn't populated on the replay yet, because sometimes it can take time, you always can find links to any of the clips I featured after the show, because sometimes I don't know which clips I'm going to show. After the show, I always go back and I edit my description, and I'll include the links to those clips. So in case you ever want to refer to any of these clips that you've seen and you forgot the link, you didn't copy it anywhere, don't worry. Just you can always refer to the description of the video, and you should see any links to any of the channel clips we referred to in there. All right, so here we go. I have it right here. Full size for y'all. Share tab. I am going to give everybody and the video does give you a disclaimer as well, but I'm going to give my own disclaimer. There is, I wouldn't say, language disclaimer, violence disclaimer, and probably disclaimer, especially if you get offended by seeing a lot of like DV type of related stuff. I mean, it's obviously something that can be shown on YouTube, so I'm not trying to scare you off, but it's gonna piss off a lot of y'all. Just a heads up, okay? I'm just saying that for sure. All right, so here we go.
More money than you. I make $100K a year. I don't get paid enough to deal with this shit, motherfucker.
The moonlight in your eyes tells me it'll be okay. When you're beside me, the world fades away. Why couldn't it always be this way? You made everything okay with your loving smile, and yet behind it all, an innocent child, wondering why it wouldn't last. Maybe haunted by your troubled past. The way you laughed, the way you screamed, you held me close, not sure how to feel. And am I afraid I need to break free? Is there something more out there waiting for me?
World of T-Shirts is involved in a major controversy after a recent live stream. Josh got inappropriate with a girl on stream and ended up getting banned on Kick in the process. This video does not encourage any actions in the video or any harassment of anyone involved. This is to document the live stream. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
So you didn't really lose it.
Yes,
Oh
I
my God.
fucking did.
Check it out. He's got his second lease on life. He's got his virginity back.
No, I didn't.
This is where I
He
think
got his virginity back.
No, I didn't.
But work it out with Gianna. Talk it out to her. She's a girl.
No,
she
I
knows.
didn't.
I just in the vagina.
Yeah,
Or
I
do you want to
do.
put it in her mouth? Which is better for you?
Probably vagina. Maybe I'll have a baby.
Ah!
Maybe I'll have a baby.
Do you want to put your penis in Gianna's vagina?
No,
Why not?
because my girlfriend is Claire.
Yeah, that's the right answer. I'm testing you. Your girlfriend's an A test.
Yes.
This is GG.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
No, it's like a triple D.
Triple D. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought G.
This is kind of compressing them a little bit.
Ah.
It's definitely a triple D.
Josh, what do you know about motorboating?
I've driven a boat.
No,
Okay.
bro.
Gianna, show them what we're talking about. I dare you. I dare you. Go for the clip.
I don't know how.
I was driving a boat in Texas.
Wait, does Gianna have permission to show you what motorboating is? Say yes.
Hold on.
Can she show you?
I drove a motorboat in Texas
Right.
with a handle of fireball.
But that's not what we're talking about. Can Gianna show you what motorboating is?
What's motorboat?
He asked. Show him.
You don't know what that is?
Show him. Can she show you? Say yes.
Yes.
That might get you.
It's okay. We'll take it.
I don't know. Maybe in a little bit. Once I get a little bit.
Tell her to show you, Josh.
Once
She's
I
afraid
get
to
a
show
little
you.
bit
She doesn't think you
sensitive.
can handle it. Tell her you can handle it.
No, you cannot. You cannot handle this. You cannot. You definitely can't.
Yeah. Josh, I'll give you $100 if you could get her to show you what motorboating is.
Show me.
Show you. When I get a little bit more tipsy, I will.
$100 if you can get her to just tell you what it is. Show you.
Tell me what motorboat
Telling
is.
and showing are
No, you gotta
different.
show both.
I gotta show him.
Yeah, and he gets 100. Help him.
Virgin,
Yep.
send $15. Good luck getting that dick hard enough to fuck Jason. This diaper boy will be a virgin for life.
I'm
A
not
sexual virgin diaper boy.
Josh, you want my money?
Yeah.
All right, here, take it. Make her tell you what motorboating
What's
is.
motorboat?
Make her show you. For the clip. Let's do it.
Show me what motorboat is.
Show him. Just show him. Grab his head and show him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, clip.
When I get a little bit more tipsy, I will.
I mean, that's your clip, though. You gotta
That's your
do it.
clip.
I'm gonna.
If I were an OnlyFans girl, I would motorboat Josh.
I'm pulling my camera away as soon as you do it because I want to get banned.
Yeah.
He can't handle it. He's gonna suffocate.
Well, it's a good way to die.
Is it? I mean, yeah, I guess it is.
Josh, yell at her to show you so you can keep the money.
Show me.
You have no idea what it is?
Maybe,
No.
maybe Claire could show you. Actually, I don't think she has.
Say
it.
I demand you show
She
me.
doesn't have it like
I
do.
demand you show me.
Do you?
Yes.
Be a little bit more assertive, but maybe.
She said if you yell louder, she'll show you.
Show me.
That was even quiet.
Go loud. Yell at her.
Show me.
Show him!
Show me what?
Now!
Motorboat is.
But I feel bad because you have a girlfriend. Maybe if you didn't have.
They're
a
very
girlfriend.
open-minded. Don't you have an open
You're
relationship?
in an open relationship.
Yes.
You are.
But I'm not gonna fuck anyone other than Claire.
No, but tell her to show you motorboating so you keep the money. Tell her.
Just show me, please.
Josh, once you get a little bit more closer, you think I'm that easy? Come on.
Josh, force her to show you. Say, damn it, woman.
I'm from Missouri. You have to show me.
What does that mean from
You
Missouri?
get it? Because Missouri's called the show me state.
He's from Missouri. Show him.
What does Missouri having to do with that?
Missouri is
Would you
called...
show him then shout out
Because
on your social
Missouri
media?
is
All right,
the
wait.
show
Now
me
we gotta take a
No,
break.
I'll do it. I'll let him do it, but I need to like get more close. with
Yeah,
him.
let's.
I'm from Missouri.
It's way
Show
too-
me.
Let's
We
take
look
a,
terrible if we talk about it this much. And you don't do
yeah,
it.
and it's starting to look bad.
Yeah, we're not going to do it.
Let's take a break.
Why?
Because if you have like 20 seconds to do it, or it's bad.
I'm getting spammed, forced, and shit like that. Like
Yell at her.
All right, I'm going to pause this really quick just to give you guys a little context, and I apologize that I didn't do this at the start. But for some of you guys that don't recognize some of the people in this video clip right now, obviously you guys know who Josh Block is and who Mr. Bass is in here. The guy with the blue Bills hat, that is Nick White. If that name sounds familiar, it should be, because his name was mentioned in the paperwork when we had gone over the incident report having to do with what's his face? We were just talking about him. Action Man's case. Remember, we were able to get through a FOIA request. We were able to get the police incident report. It was redacted to hell, but there was still a little bit of information on there, and I was able to share all that with you. Like I said, I'm always, as transparent as I can be with anything I have. So as we were reading the report together, we had seen that one of the people of interest, doesn't mean that he was arrested or he's being charged with anything. Okay, it's just a person of interest. Okay. Was Nick White. So if that name sounds familiar, we have talked about him before. Also, he is a streamer that's right now currently on Kick. He hangs out with Ac7ionman. He's one of his buddies, or recently, I guess you could say. I know he goes through a lot of different friends, but I know he was kind of got a little bit of his fame kind of just associating himself with Ice recently. And I'm sure he's got a lot of backstory prior to that, but I don't know him anymore, other than just where I've seen him with Ice and just recently in some of his other Kick streams and clips. The young lady there, okay, I obviously they refer to her name in the, I don't know if that's her real name and don't care, in the video. I don't know what it is on the top of my head, but what I have heard is she used to be, or could be, possibly still is, was a Action Man groupie. Okay, so I guess a lot of people have already seen this girl around because she used to hang around Action Man a lot. And apparently, based on what Mr. Bass, I think, said, and maybe you guys didn't catch this or he hasn't said it yet, who you don't see in this view is this girl's boyfriend, who's apparently sitting in the same room as all these people watching all this happen. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people that'll say, oh, this was all scripted. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. What I think is offending a lot of people, and what I personally think what was done wrong, was the part, and I don't know if it's happened yet, so I'll keep my mouth shut because I don't want to spoil it. But actually, I won't say anything till the end because I don't think it got to that part yet. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it hasn't. But and I know there's a lot of other parts, and I know people I've already seen in chat are already kind of disgusted with some of the other things they've seen. Which, if you can see Mr. Bass on the side here, something you can see he's obviously doing is he speaks for a lot of these individuals. You notice he says a lot like, "Oh yeah, just you could say yeah, say yes." He tells people what to do or say. Well, that's wrong. Okay, you can't speak for somebody else, especially if you're asking for somebody to do something that may be a little inappropriate or is inappropriate. Now, another thing to keep in mind is there's a YouTube stream going on right now, as well as clip streams going on. So you've got Nick White. That, I guess, reason Nick White's here was later on in this clip, you find out that I guess he was just in New York City and everybody's been collaborating with Josh. I don't know if you guys saw the video recently, and it was actually pretty fucking funny. Was Josh just did a recent collaboration with Danny Duncan. For some of you that don't know who Danny Duncan is, he's a big YouTuber. Does a lot of other stuff, but, you know, mainly got his fame off of YouTube and other shit. But he does a lot of prank and funny video shit. I personally like Danny Duncan and like watching his show. But he invited Josh Block over. Doesn't really know him, just invited him for a weekend of fun. And it was a really good collaboration. So, you know, Josh is starting to kind of come up in the YouTube world, and he's apparently lost a collaboration because of what happened here, what you're going to watch with another big kick streamer named Aiden Ross, who apparently was going to pay him, or allegedly pay him, $35,000 to do a collaboration stream with them. So, which I'm sure the way Josh is with him and his money, I'm sure he's pretty bummed about losing that, if that's really what ended up happening, that deal. But either way, the reason I bring that up is, and you'll see, this got, apparently what happens in this video, whether it was one part, many parts, or something not specific or specific, apparently two of these kick streamers, Josh, who's new to kick, I guess, you know, he's a big TikToker, which for him, I guess TikTok was banned, but now is back in place for 60 days. So as long as TikTok doesn't go away, he should be okay. But I think the reason he jumped over to Kick was he was afraid that TikTok was going to be permanently banned and he needed a new platform. So obviously he's been streaming on YouTube with Mr. Bass, but most recently started a Kick channel. Well, that got shut down, and so did Nick White's channel. So both Kick streamers that were there this night streaming, Kick as a platform felt what they did was against their own terms of service, and obviously punished them by, I know Nick White, I think, got a suspension, so a time suspension, like a 1-month suspension. I'm not sure what ended up happening with Mr. Josh here. But either way, just want to give you guys a little bit backstory as to who some of these characters were in case you didn't recognize any of them, and just a little context. So here we go.
One last time, Josh. Give her the cue.
No one's forcing me.
No, Josh, yell at her.
I'm from Missouri.
Wait, can you say that one more
better
time?
show me.
Say motorboat now.
Motorboat now.
Oh my god.
Motorboat now.
I'm from Missouri.
He's from
You better
Missouri.
show me.
Motorboat
You're
now.
from Long Island. You're from Long Island.
It's an expression.
Motorboat now.
Missouri's the
Josh
show.
Allen sent
Would
15.
you want to sleep with Gianna in the future?
No, my girlfriend is Claire.
Are you impressed?
I can't cheat
I mean, guys
on
aren't
her.
like
Call
that.
Claire up.
Well,
Does
yeah.
Claire buy you Louis
Who's the love of your
bags?
life?
Claire.
What used to be the love of your life?
Alcohol.
Has she replaced alcohol?
Wow.
Not entirely. Alcohol is an inanimate object. What I said was just a fishtail. Alcohol can't be the love of your life.
That was a fucking fishtail, motherfuckers. He was
It's
joking.
an inanimate object.
Alcohol was never the love of his life. It's an inanimate
It's
object.
an inanimate object.
Claire
In
is the
love
love
with
of his life.
alcohol.
And you could put big, beautiful, bouncy boobs next to him. He doesn't care. He just sees Claire.
It's pretty difficult. Do you consent?
Yes.
I consent, but like,
Yes.
he's a girlfriend, and
No, it's okay.
you would need to take me out on a date.
Do you
first.
want to motorboat her?
Yes.
I don't know.
You
Do it. Do it. He's
Don't
ready.
get ahead of yourself.
He's
here.
ready. No, he's ready. Look.
Okay,
Nope.
don't get ahead of yourself.
Booba
I'm
sent
ready.
15
He's ready.
Take it slow. Take it slow.
Take it slow.
cases for an autistic alcoholic.
Do the motorboat. Do it. Do the motorboat. Show him. Show the motorboat. Ah!
Why do you keep resisting?
What are you?
Okay.
Stop resisting.
Okay.
Wait, do you want the motorboat?
Okay.
Yeah, she wants it. Okay, do it.
No, wait, no.
Just put
No,
your arms on your
my-
side and let him do his thing.
I'm scared.
No, it's okay.
Well, then don't
All right.
do it. Don't do it.
Josh, get over with. Go, Josh, go for the clip.
Come on, put your arms to the side.
Don't
You're
move.
actually strong.
Yes.
You're really strong.
All right, motorboat, motorboat. Yeah, motorboat.
Oh,
that was the best motorboat.
Josh
Yeah, Josh is the best motorboater.
I mean,
drinks every day until
Oh,
he
God,
passes
is that
out.
good?
Also,
Oh, then
just
do it
like
again.
you, he is
Show
still
how
a
it's done,
virgin.
Josh.
John.
Oh, she loves it. I think she's orgasming.
Why
Oh.
are you making that noise?
It's a motorboat.
Jeez.
Is your cat going fast?
Jeez
Very
Louise.
fast.
Yay! Best motorboat ever on the internet. Would you tell Kick that we're good? We have engagement.
I'll try. Okay, wait, just to be clear, you consented to that?
Yeah.
And no, that's fine.
And you loved it, right?
I liked his more.
Yeah, no, but you super loved his and you kind of loved his, right?
It was like
Josh, one more time.
0 out of 10.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
His lives.
I hope I didn't lose my life.
Chat, don't be weird. Wait, my friend, they're all saying like that was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
What happened?
I think everything's fine. My stream just died for a second.
She said it was consensual.
Oh God, I hope my channel's still here. Oh.
Wait,
She
Josh.
literally just said it was.
Wait, Josh, do you know what the Bop House is?
Wait, do you swear it was consensual?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was
Well, because they're being like.
D on Tinder mean?
Josh, do you know what the Bop House is?
No.
Are you part of it?
She just said yes 3 times.
Got accepted. I actually
wow.
flew to Miami the other day.
And I asked her before.
Oh,
but I didn't fully go because
I'm sorry we didn't hear you, Nick.
I do have a boyfriend right now.
He's right here beside me.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone
but
knows you.
Sure. What's your name again? Connor. Connor, was that too far or no? No, it's cool. That was fine? Okay. I just don't want like these, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I understand. If anything's too weird, please let me know.
I whispered in Connor's ear everything along the way and got permission without anyone.
So how weird did that get, huh? So sure, they keep asking this young lady if it was consensual, you know, and pretty much, in my opinion, it's like a forceful yes. But the point I'm trying to make is when I said the comment, everything got real uncomfortable real quick. Look at everybody's body language, including the young lady, her eyes and her face. Okay, she knows she's on stream. Like I said, she's been around these live streams before, so she understands that there's an audience watching. Okay, which again, you know, I don't want to get into the whole legality of, you know, what's consensual, what's not. That's not where I think things can start getting, you know, I don't know the word I'm trying to say, illegal. Okay. When it gets to that point, I'm going to stop and pause again. But, you know, and for many of you, like I said, we all have different opinions. For a lot of you, and I've been watching chat, you may have already seen something that you feel, you know, isn't appropriate enough that, you know, if this young lady did decide to press some type of charges, that this clip in its entirety would be enough evidence to, you know, proceed with the, you know, either Josh or Mr. Bass or any of the individuals that she feels the charges should be pressed against would be brought forth, you know, into court. It's you know, and that again, like I said, I'm not at that point yet. Okay, I don't agree with a lot of things going on, but you know, when you talk about, you know, what you're going to be, you know, if you put yourself, like I said, best thing to do is put yourself like if you were a jury member, right? And you pretty much, they're saying, well, we're going to play you a clip, but your job is not to draw your own opinion, but to decide based on whatever charge it is that, you know, was charged, that based on what you see meets the standards of that charge. And they read out to you what those conditions are and what is to be, you know, met. And if pretty much each one of those standards is met, then that should mean that you should be, that person should be found guilty. You know, if say there's 3 standards and even just one of those standards, say 2 of them are met and just one isn't, that's when they tell them, the instructions to the jury are, then that person should be found not guilty. Okay, they failed to meet all 3 of the standards that are put forth on depending on the charge, you know, to prove that person's guilty or not. All right. So, you know, in the court of law at this point, do I think, my personal opinion, would anything be found, you know, I think you're pushing some of the legal limits, but in court of law, I don't think so at this point. I'm going to pause when I think it gets to that point. Okay. I'm sorry. I was a little brain farty with my legal gibberish there, but it's been a long day. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I just want to make sure like nothing's like.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
The motorboat, they got a little bit
And
like.
you're 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
is your chat playing with your head, Nick?
yeah, my chat is like all the worst shit possible.
How long have you been streaming? You should know
No,
better
I know,
than
but
this.
I want to like comment down because you're like saying all this fucked up shit.
Josh
but-
sent
all right,
$15.
calm down.
Josh, I'm currently fucking the shit out of Claire because she said she didn't want to be with a virgin and you
I
gotta
would-
put
if
the
anything
fries in
bad
the bag.
would
I'm gonna
seriously
take your
happen, I
hat
would
and
stop it.
Rolex.
I want some.
Where is that cuckold Connor sent $15?
Hey, he's not a cuckold, and he'll tell you.
Later on in the stream, Josh starts losing his mind over his passport. The girl jokes with Josh, saying she took his passport. This sends him into a rage.
Okay, so this is the part I want you guys to pay attention to. I mean, pay attention to the whole clip, but this is the part that I specifically think is where if there's going to be any type of charges being brought forth, I think this would be the part where I think it crosses that line where what's legal and what's not legal when it comes to assault charges. Okay. So let me just play the clip and then I'll pause it after we watch what I wanted you guys to see, and then find a good spot to pause, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Okay. But here we go.
And he puts her in a headlock. I want to express again for YouTube, this is for educational purposes, and this video does not encourage any form of harassment, violence, or illegal activities.
Alice Josh, I'm gonna steal your passport. I'm outside the door and
No, you're stealing shit.
I'm stealing
Listen,
your
shut up
passport.
and
I don't
listen,
have
shut up
30
and
grand
listen. Sent
to
$20.
hide.
Josh is not a virgin. He was my favorite bottom for years until Jason stole him from
Can I
me.
wear this for
I
a
love
minute?
and miss you, Josh. Please come home. I miss you.
Wait, I
sweet
want
tight
to try
girl, so
wearing
much,
it,
babe.
please. After it? Can I go after you?
Where'd you even find that?
It's
Is
behind
this the
you.
original captain hat?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was right behind you.
Where? Where's
Right
the
here.
bag?
Josh, you're pushing me away.
You're going through my shit.
Yeah.
All I did was I just saw it right there. It was not in the bag. It was right here on the top.
You're going through my shit.
I was not. I swear to God. I swear on my life. It was.
No one touches that hat.
All right, my bad.
Can I touch it?
No.
I thought you were Louis that bad. What about me?
She is awesome.
Am I the only acceptable choice? I'm gonna bring him shopping. 20 grand shopping spree.
No exceptions.
All right. Were you sexually assaulted?
Yeah. The same thing happened to me. I'm banned on Kick. Permanently suspended due to sexual harassment.
Rob sent $15. Could I get the phone call? Love y'all, 83.
I guess I'm
Right
not
now,
doing
Rob. Yep.
Kick anymore. Luckily, I'm still live on YouTube.
We love YouTube.
You have 14,000 messages, Josh?
Yeah. Off of you. I'm off of
This is going to be
Kick, just
awesome.
like
Oh, good
you.
luck, sluts.
Jesus.
You're perma-banned too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. We both
Is the
lost our
doctor in the
Kick
stream right
accounts.
now? Sent $15.
Can we make a
Wellness
new
check
one?
Joshua Block at 39
You're too famous. They'll know.
Can I make a new one? Or
Rob, I don't see your phone call here.
Put
Put Rob's phone call.
You should do something useful for once and put the fry in the bag. The passport is mine, Josh.
Could you go closer to Josh?
What if someone took my passport?
Josh, I took your passport.
No, you didn't.
What are you gonna do about it?
She
Did
hid.
you?
She hid them between her tits.
How
Look
did
at 'em.
you know where
They're
I
in there.
am?
They're in between her tits. She
I
took
figured
them.
it out.
You stole my passport?
Spit all of my
Did you
face.
steal my passport?
Ow, 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 ow.
Did you steal my
Ow,
passport?
ow, ow, ow.
Give me my passport.
No violence, Josh. No.
Give me my passport.
Oh God.
Did you steal my
Fuck,
passport?
you're strong as fuck.
Did you steal my passport?
Holy shit, you're so strong.
You would know she was kidding. She was totally kidding. She
Do
was-
you understand sarcasm?
Oh God. Did you think you were maybe getting beaten up for?
All right, we're gonna pause right there. So, as you just saw, that's the part where, and that's where a comment was made after. I think it was posted on the comment section of this video. It wasn't. It was on the clip, not the actual stream. But somebody had said that this young lady now is possibly, and again, this is all allegations at this point, is possibly pressing charges. I feel that if she really is, if this was the truth, I feel that what you just witnessed with him putting her in that headlock is going to be the part where he's going to face an assault charge. If that really was the case, and it was, if she is, that's the case, she's really doing that, as we speak, or has already, pressed the charges, which again, all allegations until I can confirm any of that at this point. But that's where I believe is where the assault would allegedly be charged with, where he could allegedly be charged with a charge of assault would be from that headlock right there that he put that young lady in. You can see clearly that she, had a, obviously she wasn't comfortable with it. She yells for him to stop. She complains that it hurt. She even makes a reference to how strong he was, and you can tell just by her body language and her face that she doesn't seem too happy with the incident afterwards. Okay. Again, was that scripted? Who knows? My opinion, I don't think it was. I definitely wasn't comfortable with seeing the whole, beginning of the clip, and that's not the type of shit that I watch. But when it comes to legality of things, I think this is the part where if somebody's going to get in trouble is going to be Josh, and it's going to be from, possibly this, this incident right here that we just watched. And Mikey's Bag of Meat says, in fairness, Josh doesn't usually crash down until someone deliberately provokes him. Well, I mean, he's also been fed a lot of alcohol, and that's, you can't blame that. His actions are his actions, and he's responsible for them. Okay. But clearly, you can tell that Josh, obviously, I don't know his, his whole, as far as his, and I don't care, quite frankly, what, his history of his health conditions are, if he has any. But it has been alleged that he's, that he does have autism. And obviously, he suffers from alcoholism. It's alleged that he drinks every day or every night, excuse me, is what he says in Danny Duncan's collaboration stream. Is not during the day, he drinks at night. But obviously, we see how he gets when he drinks, especially when he's hanging out with people that instigate him, like Mr. Bates. I don't know if a lot of you have seen, that there's now a crowd of people that stand in front of Mr. Bates' apartment, sometimes waiting for Josh when they know he's there. And obviously they do because they're watching the live stream. And they purposely wait for him to come out, knowing that they can instigate him. That's the running joke amongst the crowd, is to instigate him. And what does he do? He runs up to people and he'll attack them. And for the most part, it's a joke, but you're going to get that person that's not going to either take it as a joke, or B, they're going to do it as a joke. He's going to attack them, and then maybe the next day they're not happy with it because it went viral. The video makes them look stupid. There's a bunch of comments they don't like, and then they decide later on that day to press charges, whether they instigated it or not. If it's on there and it's an assault charge in the eyes of the police or the court, it is what it is. So he's definitely needs to be careful of what he does, because of the fact if he can't control himself for whatever reason, he obviously shouldn't be out hanging out with people that don't give pretty much two shits about him, and obviously are there just to leech off of him for either clout or money. Okay. That's what even Nick White was saying. And there's a portion, we're not going to get there. And that's, like I said, why I shared the link to the clip. So if you guys want to watch the whole clip, I encourage you to do. But at the end of the clip, there's this part where Nick White makes a call to Ice Poseidon and is talking about what happened. And he even states, Ice asks him, what were you doing with that Mr. Bass guy and the Josh dude? They're not good dudes. Like, this is Ice speaking, but it's my opinion. And Nick White replies to him that, I was just there for one day, and everybody's collaborating. I seen everybody collaborating with this Josh Block guy. I don't even think he's even knew much about Josh Block. And so I just, decided to go over there and collaborate, which just equals to, I wanted to leech views and money off of the guy. All right. So, and obviously he found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, probably. I'm not speaking on his behalf. I don't know his character, but, as somebody said in a comment, he could have walked out of that room at any time if he didn't feel comfortable. So he decided to stay. So he knows what's going on, and he lost his channel, according to what he said on this call with Ice. And I guess it was permaban, but then they changed it to a suspension, a 30-day suspension, which maybe had something to do with Ice being his friend. Who knows? But either way, like I said, he can blame it on, it's just a 1-day thing, but, he could have walked out of there at any time, which if it was me personally, and I was just showing up there and then didn't know what was to expect, right? I didn't know this was going to happen. And all of a sudden this shit starts going down. I'm out the door. What do I owe these people? Nothing. You know what I mean? See ya. So he decided to stay. Now, has anything come from this? No, not that I've heard of. Will something come from this? Who knows? I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep my eye on it. But certainly, I feel that there is obviously a part on this clip that if that young lady decided to press charges against Josh specifically, that I think obviously would be enough evidence for the police to make an arrest and warrant the arrest, and this go to now court again if it went that route. Okay, again, I'm not alleging anything happened at this point, but I will keep my eye on this case, or not case, on the incident, and see if anything arises from it. So let me just see some here. Oh, okay. So I just got a DM from some Shinery with a link to a clip. I'm going to share this with you. Guess it says 20 hours ago, hitting a fan asking for a pic. So it looks like Josh didn't learn anything from even this incident, and has already, I guess, assaulted a fan. So I'll give you an example. Let me see if I can bring up this. It looks like it's a Reddit post. I know my computer's not a big fan of Reddit because it always says you got to have the app. But let me see if I can't share it on here, I'm pretty sure I can just play it off of my phone and just put it up to the Maya lens here. But let me go here and see what I can do. One, let me share the link to myself. Should get a better way to do this. Let me do this. I'll just show it off of here. Let me take my thing. Let me put the volume up.
Can I take a picture with you? No.
All right, here, I'll show it to you guys right here. All right. And I'll put the volume, the microphone, so you guys can hear it. Oh, let me get a full screen. Sorry, let me get out for this. Hold on. Here, one more time. See, and that's what they do. Okay, that's the running joke is they instigate him with this. They put the fries in the bag, and he always supposedly for whatever reason it pisses him off, and he does stuff like this. Like I said, some of these people might they do that and instigate him because they're fine with that. Okay, it's part of the act. They're cool with it. But you could get somebody that right there, if they feel that they're threatened by him doing that, and they end up knocking him out. They have technically, even though they're the ones instigating them, based on what you're watching on the the video clip, that's what that's what's going to be shown in court to the cops. And Josh is probably not going to be able to press charges because he's the one, and even maybe the other guy that started it is able to press charges, and he's the one that started it. You follow me? And again, just because he's instigating him, then you have people, for the most part, I've never seen anybody hit Josh back. Okay, they just let him hit them. For the most part, everybody's fine with it. But I'm saying there's going to be that one time somebody's going to either instigate him to purposely try to hurt him, like I said, get him to hit them, and then it's fair game for them to knock him out, or they're going to do it purposely to get him in trouble. All right, because no matter what the escalation of it was, as long as there's physical contact from one person that's unwanted to another, that's assault, regardless if they were doing put the fries in the bag, put the fries in the bag, put the fries in the bag. You still can't go up to somebody and sock them. So here we go. One more time.
get paid enough for that shit. What's wrong with you? Oh, what's wrong with you, bro?
So, like I said, whoa, bring that mic back here. It's my opinion. I honestly don't think he's hanging out with the right crowd. Obviously, the guy's got some celebrity status, and you know, he wants to make a career from it. You know, and he's interested in making money from it. So, I think where he's at, find himself now, he's certainly not with the right people. If that's what he wants to do, if he wants to make this a career, and you got to remember something, you know. And again, I'm just speaking not from my experience. I'm not even anything close to a fucking social media celebrity, all right? But from what I watched from these YouTube celebrities is they usually have a short expiration date, okay? Meaning that people usually get tired or bored of the individual or their content dries out, right? So, you know, you've seen people, and there's some that don't. There's some guys that have been doing this for 10 years plus that are millionaires and keep doing it, okay? But for the most part, there's a lot of people that, you know, they got a 1-2 year run and that's it. So you know, if that's going to be it, you got to make as much out of it as you can. And I think right now Josh is wasting a lot of his time hanging around with people that basically are just using him to try to make money. And I saw a lot of comments that were made that people feel that this was probably even done intentionally, and you know, allegedly, as far as Mr. Bass setting up possibly Josh, you know, and possibly getting him in some trouble, knowing that, you know, if his channel gets blocked, that, you know, pretty much all he has is a YouTube option and TikTok, and it seems that, you know, Mr. Bass has put himself in as his manager for those platforms, and you know, if he can control the, you know, the money situation more, or pretty much Josh, excuse me, he controls the money situation. You follow me? So I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that we obviously see in these clips, and it's upsetting. You know, I personally don't agree with a lot of the stuff. One that I saw happening with this young lady. Like I said, although I may not agree with it, doesn't mean it's illegal. But I think there is a part that we just witnessed on that clip that if that young lady does want to press some charges, I think that certainly it's enough evidence to have some type of assault or battery charged filed against whom obviously you saw putting her in the headlock, which was Josh. So again, I haven't heard anything come from this. These are all just allegations as far as what I'm saying when I'm sharing, you know, what I've heard in the comments that I've seen. You know, the comments I did see, but as far as what the comments are alleging are all allegations. Like, okay, so until we obviously are able to pull up a case number on here, it's all just hearsay. But you guys want to catch the rest of that clip, I did already include the link to Papa Greeny's channel, and more specifically to that clip exactly. Again, shout out to Papa Greeny Nation for putting out that clip. And that was what all I had to share with you guys on that. Like I said, nobody's, you know, there's no court coverage yet on that, because obviously there's not been any court cases or court excuse me, charges filed, and there may not be any. Okay, but either way, I thought it was pretty interesting, and I had a lot of people that had contact me in regards to that and asked me if I'd seen it, if I was going to talk about it, and I said, sure, absolutely, we can definitely show it and talk about it. So, put the fries in the bag, says Fox the Bala. And again, I don't know the whole lore about Josh. You know, I've just been recently following him because of the recent Mr. Bass coverage that we did, and obviously he's pretty much, when I started covering Mr. Bass, Josh was kind of visiting every once in a while, but it seems lately, like I said, he's pretty much, I don't know if he's officially hired him as a manager or Mr. Bass just kind of, you know, has unofficially made himself a manager. But whatever the case is, it sure does seem like Josh spends a lot of time with this individual. And like I said, in my opinion, I don't think it's the best for him. And I don't agree. I don't think at his age, and I mean, I was his age too. I know how it gets with the drinking, but for where he's at and the opportunities he has, and I get it. I know the drinking, like Blade, has a lot to do with his whole character and stuff, but I think he could do it still. If that's his thing, if he wants to, that's his schlick, fine. But I think he can do it just a little bit more responsibly, or at least have somebody that's going to babysit him that actually cares for his own, you know, well-being, and not the. So that concludes, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, we probably won't be talking anymore about that incident unless something arises from it, which at this point, I have not seen anything that would make me think that, other than just a few comments that are just hearsay that we're saying or alleging that this girl was going to be pressing or had already started the process or talked about it. So I don't know any of her social media information. I don't know whether, you know, you can follow her on X or she's got a Instagram or anything like that. Like I said, it was just my understanding that she had been seen in the past in some other live streams that had to do with Action Man before. So she's certainly not new to the whole live stream community, but is obviously the first time I've seen her at Mr. Bass's apartment. And just from the name that she was going by in the video, I don't know any other information about her. Other than just what you guys heard, which I guess according to Mr. Bass, they said that her boyfriend was sitting behind them. So I certainly wouldn't be cool with that if that was my girlfriend, that's for sure. But like I said, who knows, man? Maybe they both got paid and it was scripted. I don't know. I personally don't care, just to be honest with you. So love me some Papa Green. Oh, sorry, I did that too close and too loud to the mic. Go to. We got some pretty interesting ones on here, and I can make my own custom one sound. I think I was going to do a fart. I think I hear Dobby. I think he's outside. I think he's yeah, I can hear him. He's crying to get back inside. We're going to be ending soon, Dobbs. Don't worry. I know. Nobody wants the stream to end, but hey, we've already been going hard almost about 3 hours, and we've gotten all the information out that I wanted to share with you guys. So I had fun. I think there was a lot of good conversations going on in chat. So I thank everybody participating in the chat, and thank you for behaving, most of y'all. It's a joke. But again, I want to say big thank you to all my mods for all your hard work and being here today. I want to say big thank you and shout out to all the members of the jury. Thank you to all the members of the jury that celebrated anniversaries today. And thank you to Cat Crazy for donating those 5 memberships and welcoming our 5 new members. As a matter of fact, welcome to our 10 new members, because I also donated 5 memberships. So we got some new members today. Definitely, again, want to say big thank you for all the monthly support from all the members of the jury. Thank you again, all the hard work from my mods. And a big thank you to everybody that comes in, whether you come in and watch only, whether you watch and like to participate in chat, whether you like to just, you know, listen and maybe you don't watch because you're at work or you're running or doing something where you just got your headphones on. And if that's the case, I apologize. I'm a little loud. That's why I got the new mic, so I didn't have to scream in it. So I'm trying my best. Now I think that we got a good audio with the mic and everybody seems happy with it. And we have kind of dialed down the range of where to sit. Now I'll just be working on my tone, my volume level. So I'll try that on episode 4. So we're getting there, okay? We got that 720p off of that GoPro now. All right, we're not streaming in 480 anymore off the laptop. I would be in 1080, but I got to upgrade my my little stream plan here on the StreamYards. We've got the Rode now going on, made in Australia, baby, designed and made in Australia. So shout out to the Rode mic. That's been a really good. Why is it not showing the little Rode sign? Is it? Huh? Must be something like the light's blocking it. I don't know. I can see it just fine, but on the camera you can't see it. But anyways, it seems to have been a good mic so far. So just in case any of you are interested in the mic itself, let me show you the box, because I'm always a big fan of doing reviews, especially for other streamers that are, you know, looking to get a mic. So I know the what do they call them? You know, mics, they have different names. There's shotgun, bidirectional, omnidirectional, all sorts of shit. But generally, you see everybody's got those podcast mics, which the real nice ones are expensive, but then you can find, you know, your like gaming style ones that are a little bit cheaper depending on the brand. But those generally have one use, which is, you know, if you're off the, you know, you're doing that type of stuff, or you're generally just on your desktop, stationary. What's awesome about this microphone is it's multi-use, which for me, because I do a lot of different things that I need a microphone for, is perfect. It works perfect for vlogging. It works perfect for interviews. It works perfect for just doing stuff like this. You can take it to go. You can even, it even works with a stand. So say if I didn't you guys to see the microphone period, you know, I could actually hang this above. And because it's a shotgun mic, and the quality of it, even if it's way above me out of the camera view, you guys would still hear me. Okay. Or I can mount it on a nice, podcast style stand, but I just like this way. I like the little tripod, except I'm going to get a little, I'm going to fasten this to the tripod the correct way versus using a zip tie. That was just kind of a on the fly, Mr. MacGyver style type of thing. But yeah, so hopefully the audio is good. We've got our mixer board with our sound effects, got crickets. All sorts of cool shit. So slowly but surely we're upgrading. I'm going to be working on ordering my drone next. So I'm going to be really excited to bring you some drone footage as well. That's going to be super fun to bring to if we are able to go to the Trina Golden sentencing hearing in Olathe, Kansas. Your boy's going to be bringing that drone and get you that overview shot. So we got a lot going for the channel this year, and I'm really excited to bring that for you guys. And again, I appreciate everybody's support. Because like I said, and it's 100% facts, all right? Without you guys, without your support, okay? Without you guys being here and clicking thumbs up or just here watching, this channel wouldn't be here. 100% wouldn't be here, all right? This is 100% funded by the viewers, 100% viewer orientated. I cover what you guys want. Yeah, every once in a while I do my own shit. Every once in a while, I might not agree with what you guys want me to cover, and I'll do my own shit. But for the most part, usually what you guys want is what I bring. All right. So again, with that being said, I'll segue into my contact info. If you need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me through the NJ Courts email. You can get a hold of me through the NJ Courts Instagram, or you can leave a comment on the YouTube video. You can leave a comment live. Usually I do my best to read them, but sometimes I miss them. I know. I'm working on that. That's like I said, if it's something super important that I may have missed and you need to get a hold of me, email is the best way, to be honest with you, especially if you don't have an Instagram. Usually everybody's got an email these days. So let me just make sure there's nothing important in chat that's being said, like you got a booger hanging on your nose or shut the fuck up. No, everybody looks like they're saying bye. Peace. All right, you guys. You guys have a great day. As I always say, don't forget to be vigilant now, especially with everything going on. I'm excited about the new year, but it's gonna be a lot of changes. So keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while, please. And most importantly, because we need a lot of it this year, take some time to love everybody or love somebody. Not everybody. You don't have to love everybody. Hell, you don't have to love nobody. Even if you just want to love yourself, that's perfectly fine. But have a little bit of some heart. Okay, it helps. All right, helps get the life going the way I think everybody's life should be filled with, which is with happiness and peace, and wanting everybody to live a great life. So we only get one of them. That's the thing. You don't get to respawn like you do in the video game. So with that one life, live your life like there's just one last day left. Man, is the way I see it. That's where I'm just going with all that. Anyways, my friends, I love you guys as always. I'll see you on the next broadcast. Oh, I remembered. Boop, I almost forgot. Remember I said there was two court coverage or 2 court dates coming up before the end of the month. I said one of them was Old Girl, not Gold Girl. Sorry, Gold Girl. Old Girl, OLE, Old Girl. The other one, that one was the 29th, we said. The other one is MGL, Michelle, aka Michelle Sabate. She's got her, not criminal, still waiting for the new criminal date hearing for a new date. But on her civil side, on the divorce side, remember the last update we did on that, which again, I'm not going into it, but I'm just giving little updates every once in a while because I know a lot of people ask me about them. Remember they had pretty much, I guess, canceled the last remote hearing for her ex-husband because he's out of state. For her, she had to be in court because I guess she stated something having to do with the weather. Well, they rescheduled it. And I think it's next week. Let me get you that date really quick before you guys go. Thought I had it up here. I'm pretty sure I do. Hers is out of Harris. There we go. All right, give me 1 second. I just got to do a quick search again for it since it timed me out. All right, here it is. So her rescheduled date is going to be January 29th at 9:30 a.m., which I believe she's on EST, Eastern Standard Time. All right. So we got old girl on the, are these both the 29th? What day is the 29th? Let's see. That is next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, the 29th. Old girl's got a hearing. So is Michelle. So definitely we'll have an update that day for you guys. Who knows what else we got going on that day. But yeah, so I know for sure, and I'll double check. We've got a couple more court cases going on towards the end of the month. Excuse me. And then we've got some cases in February. I know Hampton Brandon for sure. Sunset City's got her hearing in February. There's a lot of people actually. So, and of course, we'll get that on February's e-calendar. So don't worry about it. You shall know once I get that populated and ready to distribute once we get to February. So almost done with January, almost done with the first month of 2025. I hope you guys had a great one. Like I said, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, take care of your pets because they definitely always love you. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. As far as court updates, I really don't know. Like I said, I do owe you guys as far as an update on EBZ. I know we did a little one today, but still need to tell you when his next court date is. And if I can find out exactly what happened yesterday, I'll get that for you. And then, of course, we need an update for Ac7ionman. He had his hearing this morning. So waiting on that and to give you a new court date for him. And then, let's see. We also talked about Saint. So I gave you, I would say pretty much what I think is, happened based on the documents that were filed. But again, I owe you a next scheduled court date. And then we'll see if they post anything else, as far as what happened yesterday with his case. But based on what we saw or what was filed, it looks like they are going to be pretty much going forth with the hearing. They have enough to, I forgot what the exact words was, what they use in Maryland. But anyways, like I said, if you want to catch all those other updates and you just joined in now or missed them, I will leave this as a replay like I do all my VODs. And shout out to my replay crew. All right, my friends, take them earbuds out or lower that volume because I'm about to say adios, my friends. Actually, I think I have a goodbye button here. Let me see. That would be... Oh, wait, that's if I was telling you guys to fuck off. Hey, you guys off. I'm just kidding. Oh, I guess I don't have... What would be goodbye? Oh, there. How do you just say goodbye? That's the DJ way. Sorry, Roofer. I know you hate those, but I love them, man. They're my favorite. All right. I'll leave you with a little suspense, though. I'll see you guys on the next one. NJ Courts. Maybe you like it this way. I won't be so loud. How's the ASMR?